The 2003 LSU Tigers, led by Nick Saban, shocked the college football world by winning the BCS National Championship. This cemented themselves as one of the best teams of the early 2000s. That season put LSU back on the map, but in reality, Saban left Baton Rouge for the NFL just 2 years later, and while LSU did remain a powerhouse, his legendary dynasty was built elsewhere in Tuscaloosa. But what if things played out differently? What if Nick Saban never left LSU but instead built his dynasty right there in Baton Rouge? Well, that's exactly what we're about to explore. In this what if scenario, we're going to be taking over LSU in College Football 25 and acting as if Saban never left, seeing if we can turn the Tigers into the same dominant force that Alabama became under his leadership. So we're going to be running this as a 9-season simulation from 2003 through the end of 2011, with the goal to establish LSU as the premier program in college football. So we want to replicate or even surpass what Saban accomplished at Alabama. That means multiple national championships, top-tier recruiting classes, and absolute dominance in the SEC. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. I'll be adding the top 24 recruits from each real-life recruiting class, and I'll actually be trying to recruit these real-life players to LSU. So each season, I start by identifying the top 24 real-life recruits from each class, featuring some of the greatest college football and NFL players ever. And since College Football 25 doesn't allow full customization like past NCAA games did, I've developed a workaround to bring these legends into the game. First, I dive into the game's recruiting pool and find players who match up with the real-life recruits I'm targeting. I'm looking for players in a similar area of the country who look like the real player I'm going to be adding into the recruiting class. For example, if I'm adding Tim Tebow, I could look for a 4 or 5-star white QB from Florida, or at least that area of the country. Now, once they sign with a school, I can edit their name, height, weight, and uniform to align with their real-life counterpart. Plus, now I can also edit their ratings so they can play just like their real-life player. Now, the only things I can't modify is how they look or their development traits, but this process gets me as close as possible to bringing these real-life players into the game. So my goal is to bring as many of these recruits to LSU as possible, but those who don't sign will end up at the other schools in college football, spreading the talent across the country. And as we simulate each season, I'll track their development stats and any awards they win. Now, over these 9 seasons, we're going to track every moment, huge SEC battles, college football playoff appearances, and hopefully multiple national championship wins. Now, can we rewrite history and make LSU the dynasty of the 2000s and 2010s instead of Alabama? Well, that's going to be the ultimate goal. Now, this series will be split into 3 parts, and this will be part 1, and we're going to cover the first 3 seasons of this rebuild, and we're about to see what happens if Nick Saban never leaves LSU. All right, guys, so starting episode number 2 of this LSU rebuild. So in this episode, this is going to be our 4th season. So over the first 3 seasons, we'll kind of go over them in a minute, but we were pretty successful. So this is going to be the 2007 kind of season with the 2007 recruiting class. Now we'll quickly just kind of look at how we did in the first episode to kind of recap if you guys already watched it, or if you didn't watch it. I'll also link that down below so you guys can check out that first video. You can always watch that and come back to episode 2 if you didn't check that one out. So year number 1, we went 7-6. We were kind of getting our feet wet, kind of working our way through it. 7-6, obviously not the best year, but the second year we went 14-2, made the national championship and lost to Oregon. So 14-2, we won the SEC Sugar Bowl, Orange Bowl, really good year. And then last year we went in 11-3, lost to Penn State, I think in the second round. So we were 11-2 going to the playoffs, another really, really good year. So have been very, very successful so far. And, I want to win a natty over these 3 years for sure. That is definitely the goal. We've really started to pick it up with our recruiting. So we'll quickly look at the roster. And if you haven't watched one of my videos before, one thing that I do that is different than other people is I make real life recruiting classes. So you'll see anybody with a little apostrophe beside their name is someone who's a real life player. So we have Pat White, we have Jamarcus Russell, and Tim Tebow, all real life QBs who we just recruited. We were redshirting redshirting Tebow this year. He is a star development trait. He was in the last recruiting class. So I think Tebow could turn out to be an absolute superstar. And I am probably going to start Pat White as our starting quarterback this year over Paul Burks. If we go into running back, we have Baca, who's a senior. Then we have Darren McFadden, Adrian Peterson, and freshman CJ Spiller. Looking to wide receivers, we got Ted Ginn Jr. and Dwayne Bowe as our top two. Then we do have Calvin Johnson. We've done so good at receiver. He's only an impact player though, so we'll see how good he actually turns out. Deshaun Jackson we got in last year's class. Plus this year we got Michael Crabtree. So the amount of receiving talent, running back talent, QB talent we've been able to bring into Baton Rouge has been absolutely insane. Tight end, we got Westerman, Finley, and Zach Miller. So two real life guys. Westerman will probably be the starter this year. Pratt, Eugene Monroe at left tackle, Sternenberger at left guard. Center, we have Diamond. Right guard, Soto. And then right tackle, 86 overall Wilds. Left end, we got Marcus Spear with a nice freshman in behind him. Derek Harvey, young D end who we're trying to bring along. Glenn Dorsey and Gerald McCoy as real life guys on the D line. We've done a little bit better, honestly, recruiting offense, I would say. We got Keith Rivers and Brandon Spikes at linebacker here. 3 autogen guys in the middle, but Davis in 84. And then Patrick Willis, a sophomore at right outside linebacker. Corner, we got sophomore Darrell Revis, a bunch of good corners, and Myron Roll, who's kind of a safety corner, who we recruited as a corner though. Free safety, some decent guys. We do have Kenny Phillips as a redshirt freshman. We have Taylor Mays as well. And then I'll probably move Mays to strong safety after this year. And then as far as how I basically can create the recruits is basically, I'll just show you. Once a guy is on a roster, I can actually go in and edit things. So I can change his name. I can change his ratings. I can change his appearance, but just his physique. So how tall he is, how much he weighs, and then I can change his gear. So when someone gets recruited, I basically assign them. I'll kind of go over that a little bit more, but these are the things, once I assign a recruit, the things I can actually edit. So I basically assign a player to be Pat White, and then once he's recruited, I can go in and edit his stats to make sure he plays like Pat White. But I also do this for players who I don't recruit. So not everybody, I don't just get all the good players. I try to get them, obviously. But we'll just kind of go down the list right here. So like Colt McCoy right now is at Kansas State as their starting quarterback. If we go to all positions, we have Early Doucette at Miami, who's a 92 overall. We have Chris Long at Michigan, only a sophomore, 91 D end. Robert Ayers at NC State, 90 overall DN. So all these guys who I don't recruit are still going to get spread to the rest of college football. Now, quickly, I did most of my red shirts already, but I did notice Taylor Mays wasn't red shirted, so I do want to red shirt him. And we're going to do Myron Roll and Brandon Spikes. I think that should be good. Now, quickly, just looking at our depth chart, I do want to start Pat White. Okay, so our depth chart should be good. Now we're going to get into the actual recruiting class. So this is basically how it works. So I have the 2007 recruiting class basically assigned. So what I'll do is, starting with QBs here, is I'll go through, and Russell Wilson is one of the QBs. So I'll go through and I'll find the player that matches really close with Russell Wilson. So we got to keep in mind the things I can't change. I can't change the star the guy is, but I can change his rating. So that means I can't change their potential, their development trait, but I can affect how they play. But here he's a scrambler archetype. His skin color, which I can't change. I can't change how he looks, matches Russell Wilson. And then he's from North Carolina, which is pretty close to Virginia. It's in the same general area, so he's going to go to similar schools. So that's basically the criteria I look for. I look for the highest star rated player I can, who fits kind of the way they play and the area of the country and kind of looks like them. So that's how it works. And then I just basically assign a player. If he signs with my school or whatever school he signs with, I just adjust his ratings, and that's how I do it. So now we're just going to get into the actual recruiting class. So we have 4 real life QBs that we can look at, and I'll look at just kind of getting guys guys signed, but we got a bunch of QBs right now. We just got Tim Tebow in last year's class, but here's Russell Wilson, 5-star. Those are the 5 schools he's looking at. We're not on his board. I really don't need a QB, so we're not going to go after him. Right here, though, we do have Cam Newton. Now, Cam, we're 5th on his board. He's a 5-star recruit. I will add him because we are 5th. Bring in him and Tim Tebow. They can just duke it out. Nebraska, OU, Colorado, Georgia, and us are the top 5. Then we also have Kellen Moore right here. So Kellen is looking at Cal, Oregon, UCLA, Washington, Stanford, 4-star quarterback. And then the last one is going to be right here with Tyrod Taylor. Taylor played at Va Tech. Here he's going to be a 4-star recruit looking at Clemson, Georgia, Auburn, Alabama, and UAB. So Cam is really the only QB I'm going to go after. We actually have no real life running backs in this class. They're all auto gens. So I'm just going to look through and we don't really have any on our radar. I think because we've been getting so many running backs lately, I'll add 1 just for some depth, maybe 2 just for depth kind of pieces. But yeah, I mean, that's fine. Not a really big position in need. Honestly, wide receiver isn't a huge position of need. We do have 2 real life wide receivers in the class, with first up Dez Bryant. So Dez Bryant went to Oklahoma State, drafted by the Cowboys, absolute stud. We're 9th on his board. I'm going to go after him. 5-star looking at Georgia, Bama, Auburn, Florida, and Clemson as his top 5. Then the other one is going to be Golden Tate. Tate is from Tennessee, but actually played at Notre Dame, drafted by the Seahawks in the 2nd round. Really good NFL career. We're not on his board. I won't go after him. We have another guy 3rd, though, another guy 6th. We'll go after those 3 receivers. Tight ends, we have 2 real-life tight ends. The first one is right here with Rob Gronkowski, 5-star recruit. He played at Arizona, obviously drafted by the Patriots, debatably the best tight end in NFL history. We're actually going to be 6th on his board, so I'm going to go really hard after him. A 5-star tight end who's 8th in his class. You don't see that all the time. And then the other one is going to be right here with Aaron Hernandez. He went to Florida, 4-star recruit. Unbelievable at Florida, also drafted by New England. Looking at Miami, Georgia, Bama, Syracuse, and Nebraska. We do have a couple other depth tight ends that we'll go after. I'm not going to go after Hernandez. Only 1 offensive tackle, and it is going to be right here with Brian Bulaga. He played at Iowa. Here he's going to be a 5-star recruit. Looking at Ole Miss, Auburn, LSU, Alabama, Georgia is his top 5. We are definitely going to add him. We have another. That's the only real offensive tackle, so we'll just kind of go through. We have 3 more. I always like to go after a lot of O-line. You have 5 O-line starters, so get as many of these guys as you can. Now we have 1 real life guard. It is going to be right here with Mike Pouncey. So Pouncey is going to be a 4-star recruit. We are actually going to be 1st on his board. He played at Florida in real life, but yeah, 1st on his board. Definitely go after him. We also have another 4-star up here who are 5th. So we'll go after both those guys. Then we're going to move on to center. And we have the number 1 center in the class, which is going to be Marquise Pouncey. So Mike's brother. We're actually not on his board, but he's a 5-star. We're going to go after him for sure. And then the other one is going to be right here with Stefan Wisniewski. He played at Penn State. We're 3rd on his board. There's his top 5. We'll go after him as well. We have another guy who are 6. So we'll go after them. That is everything on offense. Now we're going to move to defense. Now we have 6 defensive ends in this class. So ton of D ends. And the first one is going to be right here with Carlos Dunlap. Dunlap played at Florida. He's from South Carolina. Power rusher, 5-star, 3rd in the class. Clemson, Va Tech, and UNC are his top. We're not on his board, but I'm definitely going to add him. We're going to go after him hard. We also have Everson Griffin right here. He played with the Vikings in the NFL, played at UFC, 5-star recruit. We are 4th on his board. We're going to add him up. We also have J.J. Watt, one of the best players in NFL history, went to Wisconsin. Here he's going to be a 5-star recruit looking at Oregon, Alabama, Clemson, Oklahoma, and Notre Dame. We're not on his board. I'm still going to go after him. This is just a crazy defensive end class. We also have Justin Houston right here, 2nd round pick by the Chiefs out of Georgia. Absolute stud, 4-star recruit, NC State, UNC, Georgia. We're not on his board. I'm not going to add him. We're already going after a few guys that we're not already have kind of an inside track at. Then another one right here with Cam Hayward, who went to Ohio State, but he's from Georgia. Here he's going to be a 4-star recruit, Miami, Georgia, UCF, USF, Clemson. Another one, we're not on these guys' boards, but I kind of want to go after him. We're going to go after him. We have another guy here who we're 3rd. Another guy here who we're 3rd. This is just a crazy DN class. And then the last defensive end is going to be right here with Von Miller, outside linebacker, defensive end hybrid, 4-star recruit. He went to A&M in real life. Top 5 pick by the Broncos, looking at Washington, Kansas as his top 2, but we have no shot with him, so we're not going to go after him. Okay, moving on to defensive tackles. We have one real life D tackle. It's going to be the number 1 in the class, Marvin Austin. Now, Austin went to UNC in real life. He was a big time recruit, kind of a second round pick, I think, in the NFL draft. Didn't turn out to be amazing, but as a recruit, he was a huge recruit. He's looking at Penn State, Michigan, Georgia, Oregon, Nebraska. We're 7th on his board. We'll add him. Have another D end here who are 8th. We'll add those 2. We're going heavy at the D end, so we'll only go after the 2 D tackles. No linebackers in this class, all auto gen, so we'll just kind of get 2 outside linebackers there who are in the top 10 with. Middle linebacker, we have 2 that were in the top 10 with there. Yeah, our class is filling up. So then we go cornerback. We have one real life cornerback. It is going to be Joe Hayden. Now, he's from Maryland, but actually played at Florida. First round pick by Cleveland in the NFL draft. Amazing in college, really good NFL career. We're not on his board, but I'm still going to add him and go after him. Then we have another corner who are 4th here. We'll go after those 2, and we got to leave some room for the safeties because it's a crazy safety class. So the first one is going to be right here with Harrison Smith. Still playing with the Vikings in the NFL. Played at Notre Dame. Absolute stud. Here he's going to be a 5-star recruit, 7th in the class. We're 5th on his board. We'll definitely add him up. The other one here is going to be Earl Thomas, played at Texas. Here he's going to be a 4-star recruit. We're 6th on his board. We'll add him. Then we're going to go over to strong safety, and we have one with Eric Berry, who played at Tennessee, drafted by the Chiefs, one of the best safeties in college football history. 5-star recruit. We're 3rd on his board. Going to go him. And then we have another safety here, 4-star, who are 1st. So that is all the real life recruits. That fills up our whole recruiting board as well. So I'm just going to offer scholarships and stuff, and then we're going to get into the first season. Okay, so I went through and did all of my offers. Now we're just going to look at this schedule here. So this is what we have. We have North Carolina at home, luckily, to start the year. Utah, FCS, then East Carolina on the road. Vandy, Florida, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Alabama, A&M. Not easy as far as our SEC schedule, but I feel like it's not like, doom and gloom. I think we can handle that. And usually what we do is we're going to watch one regular season game a year, then we'll watch an SEC championship, and we'll watch some of the playoff games. So usually we'll just kind of wait and find the best regular season games. So just kind of looking through. Obviously, it depends how teams do, but just kind of projecting, I would say maybe Oklahoma or Alabama, maybe Ole Miss. We'll see what the records are like as we get in, but those will be probably the games we're going to look at. Now, getting into the recruiting, we are going to start by just giving out our hours here, and then I'll show you guys again kind of where we're sitting with the recruits around week 6. So first, Cam Newton. We're going to send the house for Cam. Definitely going all in on Cam. Why not? Or pretty close to all in. Only has 3 offers right now, so we should have a chance. Now, we offered 2 auto-gen running backs. Both of them are gems. So I'm going to go 25 to this guy, maybe 10 hours. Running back isn't a super position of need for us. Even if we just get one of these guys, I'll be happy. Wide receiver, obviously, we're going hard after Dez Bryant. We're going to go 50 hours to Dez right away. Then the other receiver we are looking at, we scouted him, not a gem. Don't really care if I get him. We have another guy here, could be a good depth player. We'll do 25 hours to him. Okay, then we have Rob Gronkowski. We're going 50 hours to Gronk, 100%. He's got 6 offers. Going to be a tough guy to nail down. Tolbert, we have 2 other tight ends we're going after. This Tolbert looks decent. We'll go 25 hours. Now we get into O-line. Starting off with Brian Beluga, definitely want him. We're going to go 50 hours to him. The other next tackle we were looking at, not a gem, and he's got so many offers. I'm not even going to offer him anything. But then we got this Grant Veal guy. He is a gem. We're going to go 25 hours to him. Moving on to guards. So Mike Pouncey, scouted. Don't know if he's a gem or not. He's only got 3 offers, and we're in first. So we're going to go 50 hours to him. Abel, scouted. He is a gem. We're going to go 25 hours there. Then we did scout Pouncey's brother. He isn't a gem. We'll go 25 hours. I would like to get both, but if we don't, that's fine. Wisniewski, scouted, not a gem. Well, we don't know what he is, but we'll just go 25 hours there. And then we have one more center right here. Man, we're spending our hours. We're going to go 25 hours to him. I want to get some good O-linemen in this class. Now we're going to move on to defensive ends, and the number one defensive end in the class is going to be Carlos Dunlap. We aren't on his board, but I'm going 50 hours to him. We know he's a gem. He has so many offers, but we're going to try to work our way in. Then we got Everson Griffin. He's a gem as well. We already know we're in his top 2 here. He's only got 3 offers, so I'm going to go super hard after him. Now, as far as JJ Watt, we scouted. We know he's not a gem, but man, I'm probably only going to go 25 hours to JJ. Cam Hayward, we're locked out on him. And then Kraft here, this guy isn't a real life player, just an auto gen guy, so we'll go 25 hours to him. Lopez, we're number 1, we'll go 25 hours to him, so a ton at DN there we're spending. Moving on to D tackle, number 1 D tackle in the class with Marvin Austin. We went up to 4th here. He's a 10th player in the class, 5-star. We know he's a gem. We're going full 50 hours for sure to him. Next D tackle, not a gem, scouted. We're not even going to worry about him. Linebacker, auto gen, scouted, not a gem. Not going to worry about him. This guy, 25 hours at linebacker. Middle linebacker, oh, he's the number 1 player in the whole class. Man, and we dropped up to 2 for him. Okay, we're going to go 50 hours to him. He's the number 1 player in the whole class. Then this guy, we're number 2. We'll go 25 hours. We have 215 hours left. Cornerback, unfortunately, we scouted Joe Hayden. Not a gem, but we're still going to go 50 hours to him. He's 5-star, number 2 player in the class. We'll see. Another corner, he's only got 2 offers, this guy. We're going to go 25 hours to him. We know he's a gem, and now we have our 4 safeties. Starting with Harrison Smith, we're number 2, 7th player in the class. We got to go 50 hours. Earl Thomas, so we have 90 hours. Oh, man, we got to drop somebody here. I think I'm going to drop this Lopez down to 10 hours, one of the defensive ends. Because I want to be able to offer all 3 of these safeties. So Earl Thomas, I want to go 50 hours. And then Eric Berry, I want to go 50 hours. That leaves us 5 hours left for this safety. There it is. Search social media. So that is where we're sitting with the recruiting class. I'm not going to show you guys that again until about week 6 or 7. Now we're going to get into the season. So we are going to advance through the first week, week 0, and then we'll have our first game coming up. So we got UNC at home. We are a 94 overall. They're an 84. We can't lose more than 1 or 2 games, in the regular season this year. We have got to put in work. So we're going to start simming through these games, and we'll see how we perform. So we're going to sim through this week, and let's see where we're at. Okay, so we start out 1-0. Big win at home, 35-17. We will take that. Pat White, 246, 3 touchdowns, added 12 yards and a touchdown on the ground. We'll take it. Yeah, okay. So good first game here. We will definitely take that. Ranked opponent. We beat them by, 2-3 possessions. Yeah, we'll take that every day of the week. Okay, now we got Utah at home. Always a tough opponent. Only a 79 though, so they've fallen off a little bit. This needs to be a easy win. Let's see. Okay, we start out 2-0, and we got FCS coming up. So, beat the brakes off Utah. 207 yards to 575. Pat White, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Baca McFadden. AP had 1 carry for 48 yards. Pat White had another 48 yards on the ground. Dwayne Bowe and Ted Ginn Jr. went off. So, we absolutely took it to Utah. Now we got FCS. So this should be 3 pretty big wins in a row, hopefully. And we beat FCS. And now we got East Carolina, our first road game of the year. They're going to be an 84. So probably our toughest game, honestly, right here. Should still be a good win. 59-7. So we look like an absolute unit right now. Pat White's had an incredible start to the year. Yeah, we look like we're ready to do some freaking damage here this year. So East Carolina, we got 4 games in a row right here. If we can stay undefeated to the bye, I will be very, very happy. Okay, East Carolina, let's take them down. There it is, 4-0. So boys are playing really good. We're about as clean of a start to a year as I've had in a while. Pat White continuing his really good play. Receiving, Ted Ginn, big day. Yeah, we didn't make a ton of plays on defense, it doesn't look like, but hey, now we start SEC play 4-0. Vandy, Florida, Ole Miss before the bye, and then, a tough 5 games to close out our SEC. So let's keep it going here. Vandy. Okay, Vandy, we went up to the number 2 team in the country, too. I didn't even notice that. So, beat Vandy at home. Let's go. We have been just on an absolute tear so far. So, we do get our first commit to, which is going to be Rob Gronkowski, which is an absolute massive commit to get. We also get one of the Pouncey twins, Mike Pouncey, and we get Marvin Austin, the big-time D tackle, and we get Earl Thomas at safety. So 4 absolute studs right there. Great way to start off the recruiting process, but we lose to Vandy. We lose to Vandy after that. Such a good start. They're 28-24. We out-yardaged them by a ton. Pat White threw 2 picks. Oh, dang. So now we got to start being pretty much perfect the rest of the way in the SEC. We do have Florida rivalry game on the road, but they're starting 1-3 right now. They're in 85 overall. Can't lose 2 in a row. There's got to be a bounce back right here, 100%. All right, big bounce back against Florida right here. Here we go. We do get big offensive lineman in the door, Brian Bulaga. We get a good corner, Autogen, but good guy. And we get Harrison Smith at safety. And we get freaking Eric Berry. So we got Eric Berry, Harrison Smith, Earl Thomas in the same recruiting class. That is freaking insane. And we do win against Florida. So big bounce back week there in recruiting and on the field. 1-point win. So absolute nail biter. Two touchdowns there for Pat. Okay, so we snuck by Florida, but hey, win. Just win. That's all we care about. Now we got Ole Miss at home. They're an 88 overall. So this is the best team we've played. On paper, best team we've played so far. They are 3-2, but they have a good squad. Okay, Ole Miss need a W. We got to go undefeated till around when we play Alabama. Around there, if we lost one more, then that'd be one thing. Okay, another QB in the door. Big time recruit with Cam frickin' Newton. Then we also get Carlos Dunlap, one of the best players in the class at defensive end. So we've been getting a ton of real life guys in the door, which is awesome. And we do win against Ole Miss. So we go to 6-1, 48-17. Much more like kind of what we want to see. Pat White, decent day, rushing, receiving. Ted Ginn went off, but yeah, big time win. Now we have a bye, then Arkansas, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Alabama, Texas A&M. We're going to watch the Alabama game. That's the one we're going to hop in and check out live for sure. Okay, so sim through the bye, and then we'll check out where we're sitting within recruiting. I'll just kind of show you guys where we're at, and then we'll look at it again in the offseason here. So we did get another 4-star wide receiver in the door, another 4-star tight end, 4-star guard. Let's see if we get any of the centers. We do get the other Pouncey twin, and we get another 4-star center. We get a 5-star defensive end, but not that this is an auto-gen guy. 4-star outside linebacker, 4-star middle linebacker. So overall, this class is really shaping up. Missed out on a few guys. We'll take a look. Got Arkansas here, but we'll look at recruiting. Pretty much wrapped up. So we were able to get Cam Newton. We didn't get either of the running backs we were after. We also didn't get Des Bryant, unfortunately. It came right down to the wire with him. Another receiver here. If we get him, that's fine. Did get a receiver here. Did get Rob Gronkowski. Another tight end here in the running for this tight end. Oh, I haven't even offered him. We could just offer him just for some more depth in the class. Bunch of O-linemen, including some real guys in the door. We did miss out on Wisniewski. Did get Dunlap. Missed out on Everson Griffin and missed out on JJ Watt. Got another 5-star DN, got our D tackle, going after another D tackle here, going after another outside linebacker here, 4-star outside linebacker, missed out on that really good middle linebacker, also missed out on Joe Hayden, but we got all 4 of those safeties in the door, another 4-star safety who we might get, and then a few depth guys at the end. So that is where we are sitting recruiting wise. We do have the #1 class right now. It's us in Oregon. We have a lot more 5-stars. They have a lot more 4-stars. We're very close, but we'll see how the rest of the class shakes out. Usually I don't sign much more than 22, 23 guys. So sometimes, I won't end up with the #1 class just for that reason. Okay. Arkansas on the road. They're in 88 overall. Not an easy game. Got to get it done. And we're able to beat Arkansas. That is what we like to see. 31-28, so close. And then we got 2 games here before Bama, and Bama actually just did lose, so we're gonna be in the same record as Bama. Arkansas, pretty close yardage wise. They have Chase Daniel at quarterback. Pat White had a nice day, didn't get much of a run game going. Dwayne Bowe through the air. Dwayne Bowe and Ted Ginn look like they're kind of just trading off who's our big time weapon. Okay, gonna advance through this Oklahoma game right here. Gotta keep winning. I want to stay undefeated till Bama, and then that's gonna be a heavyweight match. We do get a 4-star linebacker in the door. We go to 8-1, so we did beat OU. It was 17-10, so close game. Alabama lost again, so they lost 2 in a row. All of a sudden, Bama is free falling. 360 yards. Pat White, 1 touchdown, 36 yards on the ground. Ted Ginn, 2 receptions for 97 yards. Okay, so Bama free fall. Got to beat South Carolina, and then we'll see where we're at with Bama. If they lose 3 in a row, maybe we'll wait till A&M. South Carolina is only an 82. We are on the road. This has got to be a beatdown. We do win, and Alabama wins. So we're 9-1. We're going to watch this Bama game. Let's see what the score was versus South Carolina. 42-17. We had 530 yards offense. So Pat White's just had a really good year. Only a redshirt sophomore. Backa had a nice day. Nothing huge receiving wise. Defensively, 2 sacks or Spears. So really nice game. And now we get Alabama at home. Welcome to Death Valley. This is going to be an absolute bloodbath. Got to get him, we got to take him down here. Let's go. We're just going to hop into this game. And yeah, let's see how it goes. They're in 89. We're in 94. So we're better on paper. We should be the best team in the country on paper. But hey, we got to go win it on the field. All right. A little bit rainy, a little bit shitty out, but that's okay. Okay, so we're going to super sim through the first quarter here, and then we'll see where we're at. 7-0 Bama to start. 10-0 Bama. Okay. We got a 3rd and 5 at midfield. Let's check this play out. Got to get a drive going here. We got to put some points on the board. 10-0 at home. Not ideal, but obviously Pat, that was a horrible scramble right into the blitzer. Absolutely no shot. We're going to have to punt. We do pin him inside the 10, which is nice. Okay, 3rd and 8. Backed up. We need a play on defense. They're going a super kind of spread look here. Double stack on the outside. Drop back. Can we get pressure? Oh, that could have been picked. But we'll take that. 4th and 8. They're going to have to punt from inside their own 10. We should get good field position. Yeah, on their 40, we need points here. 3rd and 4. This has to be points. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We need points. Even if it's a field goal, we got to pick up a 1st down here. Oh, Pat, pressure off the edge. Uses his speed to escape. That was a much better scramble than the first 3rd down we watched where he went right into the blitzer. Ran away from that DN, and then next play, 27-yard touchdown to Dwayne Bowe. We will take that 100%. Beautiful. Okay, now they get the ball back. 2nd and 9, 3rd and 6. They don't convert. They punt. We have the ball on our 14. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 2. We convert. 2nd and 8, 3rd and 4. We don't convert. We punt. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 3. This is a big down. 3rd and 3 at midfield, just past midfield. We stop them here. We force a punt. If not, they probably are going to get some points on this drive. Almost a 2-minute warning here. Handoff. Great job. We actually probably make them lose half a yard there. That is going to be really tough to go for it too. If 4th and 3, they punt. Okay, for a touchback. And then we start out with a 26-yard catch to Ted Ginn Jr. 29-yard catch for Ted Ginn. Okay, 2nd and 3. We're inside the 10-yard or 15, 20-yard line here. Okay, we got 30 seconds left. We do have 2 timeouts. Pat White and shotgun. Guys, we got it. Why are we eating all the clock here? 2, 1, Pat. Scrambles. Oh, just enough speed to beat him in the edge. Gets down inside the 10-yard line. Beautiful run there by Pat. We have 19 seconds. We do have a timeout, so we can still stop the clock. We could take a halftime lead here, which would be massive. Pat, no, he fumbled. Oh no, this could be a scoop and score. Oh, lineman. Oh, you had him and he pulls away. I'm going to try to challenge that play. Maybe Pat's knee was down. I don't know, but it's worth a challenge. No, knee wasn't even close to down. Okay, so that is a toughie. Pat scrambles around, sack, scoop, and score. We're not out of it, but that isn't ideal. Not gonna lie to you. Okay, we are gonna sim through the third quarter here, go to the fourth quarter. Hopefully we can get this. Okay, 17-14 right away, 17-17 all of a sudden. Okay, so we come out in the third quarter, get right back in this thing. They're in scoring territory. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 13 from the 15. So good chance we can hold them to 3 here. Or, you know, they forced a turnover right around this area of the field. Hopefully we can do the same little inside handoff. Yeah, we totally bottle that up. Yeah, so they're going to kick their 3. We're going to get the ball back here with plenty of time. So yeah, 20-17, 2nd and 12, 3rd and 7, 4th and inches, and then a 28-yard run. Okay, I don't really get how that happened. 3rd and 10 from the 25. So we are in field goal range. Obviously want to get a first down here, but number one, Pat White, you can't turn it over. Last time we were in this area of the field when we were watching, you turned it over. That is a horrible scramble. You can't take a sack there. That's almost as bad as a turnover. 32-yard line in college. That is a tough field goal. We make it, though. Hit it from 49. Tie ball game, 5 minutes left. 2nd and 8, Alabama. 2nd and 3, 3rd and inches. They convert. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 8. This is a huge down. 2:53 left. They're out of field goal range. Looks like we're playing press man across the board. What do we got? We need a sack. Up over the top. Oh, could have been picked. Pick there would have been massive. This is kind of got to be a punt. I don't even know. We're going to watch this play just because okay, it is going to be a punt. I wasn't sure. It's almost like you could go for it there, but 4th and 8, that's a really tough yardage. So they're just trying to pin us inside the 5-yard line here. Okay, I thought he was fair catching at the 5. I was like, my goodness. Okay, we get it at the 20. Pat White has a chance to go put this ball in the end zone and go win it. 1st and 10. 1st and 10, 14 yards. 2nd and 6, 3rd and 6. 1st and 10. 16 yards, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 12. Huge down, maybe in field goal range. Oh my gosh, we have 20 seconds left. We absolutely let this clock run down. Go, snap the ball. No sacks here, Pat. You have all the time in the world. Honestly, take off. Yep, that's fine. You're going to get down inside of field goal range. I'm going to call a timeout. Okay, we already did, yeah? Okay, this should just be... Okay, they're going to ice our kicker. Here it is. Game-winning field goal on the line. It's up. I think he missed it. He missed it. Wide right. Oh, wide right. That is tough. So now we're going to get overtime. We had a game-winning kick. Pat White with a nice scramble to get us close there. Pass knockdown, 3rd and 5, 4th and 3. So they're going to have to kick a field goal here. They do. Okay, so we can win it on this drive. 1st and goal from the 8. We're just going to watch right here. Pat White puts us in the end zone. We win it. Walk-off winner at home against Alabama. Hand it off inside the 5. Okay, that was Adrian Peterson. So 2nd and goal from the 2. Can we punch it in? Fullback up the middle, and we are in. Walk-off winner against Alabama. We needed that. We will take it. Let's go. So we're going to stay at 1 loss, maybe jump up to number 2 or 3 in the country after that win. That gives Bama their 3rd loss of the year as well. We are going to be at number 4 in the country now, looking at recruiting. I just want to look at our top classes here. We're ahead of Oregon. They did sign 7 5-stars though, so they're right there with us, man. They are right freaking there. And they beat us in a natty earlier in the sim, so in year number 2. Okay, A&M, last game of the year. They are 8-3, top 10 team in the country on the road. Not going to be an easy game. 88 overall. Let's just see. Let's get it done. Come on. We win this, we definitely make the SEC championship as well. Okay, SEC, we did win that. We rematch against Ole Miss. So we beat A&M, rematch Ole Miss 33-27 on the road. That's a good win. Top 10 opponent, you win on the road by 6. You take that every single time. A&M, 405 to 317 yards. Pat, decent day. Yeah, no, we'll take that. That's a nice win. Okay, SEC championship. That Alabama game kind of ran long. And if we win the SEC or not the biggest deal at the end of the day. Obviously, we want to win it, but we're going to be in the playoffs no matter what. So we're going to sim through this game. They're not a great team. We should get this done. They're 89. We're a 94. Already beat them earlier in the year. This will give us a bye in the playoff, though. So hopefully we get it done. SEC champions. Let's go. I think that's our third straight. We jump up to the number 2 team in the country. How was that game? 44-38. So defense wasn't... Wow. Look at the yards. 530 to 295. So we out-yardaged them by a ton. Pat had a nice day. Bacca had a nice day. Receiving, Ted Ginn and Bo were both decent. Defensively, 3 sacks, no picks. We'll take it. BJ McHugh wins the Heisman, 3,000 yards, 39 touchdowns from Michigan. Okay, let's look at our bracket. So we're the 2 seed. We're going to get the winner of Auburn and Va Tech, and then we'll play the winner of the 3 of Syracuse, Nebraska, and Missouri. So honestly feels like kind of an easy bracket on our side. You know, Nebraska and Syracuse are the 2 top-ranked teams. I ain't super scared, but hey, we got to get it done on the field. So we got Auburn. Let's just see. They beat Va Tech. So then we play the winner of Nebraska, Syracuse. I like our draw, man. I like our draw. So we're going to sim through this Auburn game. It's a little risky, but then we're going to, if we win, we're going to watch the next 2. Auburn is sitting at 86 overall. We're 91. They always go down in the playoffs. I don't really know what the reasoning is there, but the overalls always drop down quite a bit. But yeah, we just got to win. And then we are 1 game away from the Natty. And we're going to watch the next one. Let's see. We lost. Oh my gosh. I did not think we were going to lose to the 10 seed. Wow. We got kind of beat up, honestly. Out yards just beat us by 20. Haywood, Pat, no touchdowns through a pick. Wow. Okay. That takes the winds out of our sails a little bit. I thought we had our just way to the championship. We would have got to play Syracuse and then the winner of Michigan, probably called Michigan, but Michigan, Colorado. Damn, that's tough. Okay. I thought we were going to beat Auburn. Okay, so we only watched 1 game that year, so we'll definitely make sure we watch at least 2 or 3 next year. But I just thought we were going to win that, and then we'll watch the next 2. But we have a sick recruiting class. We're just going to be getting better and better team-wise as we go through. Did Auburn made the Natty and lost to Colorado. Crazy. So we'll look at kind of their year-end wrap-up stuff. What are we? We're number 6th ranked team in the country. Did we have any All-Americans? None. Wow. No first-team All-Americans. We did have guard with Sternberger, Marcus Spear. Let's see if we had any freshman All-Americans. McFadden. That's it. So not a lot of love for the Tigers. Okay, let's look at our stats here. Oh my gosh, I still can't believe we lost to Auburn. So 3,500 yards, 29 touchdowns, 8 picks for Pat. So not a bad year. I do think we could perform a little better there. Bacca, he's a senior. He's going to be gone. So it's going to be McFadden and Adrian Peterson really taking over next year. You know, and we have Pat White running the ball. We should have one of the best run games in the country, no problem. Ted Ginn, who will be back, only a sophomore, 1,100 yards. We're losing Dwayne Bowe, but we got a bunch of guys coming in at receiver. Defensively, there's our tackles. TFLs, Dorsey, 6 we didn't have a ton of sacks. Revis had 5 picks, but we need to get our sack numbers up. Okay, we're going to start getting into the offseason here. So obviously this is always big to see do we have any guys leaving early for the draft? Usually I don't really have guys transferring out, but it's going to be players leaving early. Ted Ginn, do not leave early. You're a sophomore. Do not. Come on. Oh, we lose Ted Ginn. That is tough. So we didn't lose much. If we brought back Ted Ginn, we basically lost Marcus Spears and like depth players, Dwayne Bowe. So we lose both our starting receivers. That Ted Ginn one hurts. Oh, that's annoying. He was just going to be our best offensive weapon this year. Okay, so getting into the transfer portal now. Usually I'll sign 2-3 guys, just depending if there's guys I want or whatever. But so we'll take a look. So we have a right end who's the number 2 player in the whole recruiting class as far as these guys. I like to look. Is there any real life guys? I always like to target them first. Lawrence Timmons, but we're not on his board. Maluga. So linebackers. If there was a big time receiver, I would have loved it. Like real receiver to make up for Ted Ginn leaving. Doesn't look like it. So instead we'll go D end. Got a right tackle, a left guard, nothing at receiver, eh? Yeah, we'll just go those three. Okay, we're going to go to National Signing Day here. So we got one of the transfers in, right tackle. Do we end up with the we do hold on to the #1 class in the country over Oregon. But now we're also going to go through and we're going to look at here where all the recruits went that didn't sign with us. We did sign a lot of the real life guys, but obviously not all of them. So we're going to go through here. So we did sign Cam Newton. Then Russell Wilson ends up at North Carolina. That's a huge pickup for them. Kellen Moore ends up at Stanford. And then Tyrod Taylor ends up at Ole Miss. So he's going to be in the SEC with us. Running backs, no real life backs. Wide receivers, we were so close on Des Bryant. We just missed out on him. Now with Ted Ginn gone, I would have absolutely loved to get him. And then the other one was so Des went to Georgia, and then Golden Tate ends up at Auburn. So both stay in the SEC. But we did get Rob frickin' Gronkowski, which is sick. Aaron Hernandez ends up at Alabama. So the SECs is getting a lot of these guys. We got Brian Beluga, which is a nice pickup there. We got Pouncey, which is a really nice pickup. And we got the other Pouncey. So we did really well here. And then the other real life center, Steven Wisniewski, ends up at Louisiana Tech. Defensive ends. We get Carlos Dunlap. Oregon gets J.J. Watt. Texas gets Everson Griffin. Miami ends up with Cam Hayward. NC State gets Justin Houston. And then University of Washington gets Von Miller. For D tackles, we get the big one with Marvin Austin. No real life backers in this class. Cornerback, Joe Hayden ends up at Oregon. So they get J.J. Watt and Joe Hayden on defense. And then the safeties. We have the best safety recruiting class of all time. Harrison Smith, Earl Thomas, and Eric Berry. It literally couldn't get better than that. Those guys are all debatably. Eric Berry didn't play long enough, but they're all NFL Hall of Fame level talents. Our safety class couldn't literally have went any better. Okay, so that's all the real life recruits. We'll go quickly through position changes, just see if there's anything we need to look at here. Usually it's just going to be kind of O-line or D-line. So we have nobody at guard right now. So we'll move this Yolito over to left guard, and should be fine there. D tackle, linebacker. Sometimes we got to move these guys around. That looks fine. Cornerback. Oh, I want to move Taylor Mays to strong safety. He actually looks, yeah, he stays the same overall too. So, I accidentally moved. Okay, whatever. Kenny Phillips will be strong. Mays will be free. That's fine. And that is it for position changes. Okay, so that's where we're going to end first season. I'm just going to sim to the next season and we're going to get into it. All right, so here we are getting into season number 2. So we're going to quickly look at the roster, see how the team improved. We're sitting at a 94 overall, 94 offense, 95 defense. QB, we have Tim Tebow, Pat White, Cam Newton, Jamarcus Russell, our 4 guys. I already went through and redshirted some guys. Now, obviously, Tebow did improve quite a bit last year. We are going to start Tim Tebow over Pat White, and Jamarcus will be our QB3. Darren McFadden is going to be our starting running back. Then we got Singleton, Spiller, and we have a red shirt. Wide out, unfortunately, we lost Ted Ginn Jr., which really hurt because now our wide receiver core is good, but it's definitely not elite. We do have some good young guys. Well, not even young necessarily. Calvin's not young, but Deshaun Crabtree coming up. There's some receivers in this class. We need to target a big impact receiver. Tight end, Jermichael Finley, Westerman, Gronk, Zach Miller. Left tackle, Pratt with Eugene Monroe. He'll be the starter next year. Yolito's pretty good at guard. Center, we're solid. Mike Pouncey, young guy coming along. Soto, Marquise Pouncey, and then Brian Bulaga as another left tackle. Our right tackle coming in, Wilds will be the starter. Looks like Bulaga will start by next year. Hay at 88. Carlos Dunlap, big time freshman coming in. I haven't been looking at, he's got elite development trait. So he has a chance to be a stud. We're going to redshirt him for a year. So it'll be Baggett and Hay as the starters. Derek Harvey coming along as a junior as well for a real life guy. Then at D tackle, we got Gerald McCoy and Glenn Dorsey as our 2 starters. Marvin Austin, big time recruit we brought in. He's got elite development trait as well. So we have, some elite D linemen coming up in that last class. Keith Rivers, Brandon Spikes at left outside. Davis at middle. Patrick Willis at right outside. He hasn't really developed into be anything super special yet. He's only got normal development trait, which is really going to limit how good he can get. Aldine and Revis. So we have a really good pair of starting corners right here. A senior, junior with Revis. We got Myron Roll as well. And then our safety position is insane. We got Stacy Ursa, Taylor Mays, Earl Thomas, Harrison Smith. Now, Earl has impact development trait. I believe Harrison's elite. Yeah. Oh, no, that's Stacy. Harrison is, yeah, he's got star. Sorry. So star should develop well. And then we got Kenny Phillips as a sophomore. We did get Eric Berry as well, and he's got impact development trait. So that is what the roster is looking like. We, should be really good once again. I already went through my depth chart. We could look really quickly, but Tebow's starting. Wide receivers, I got Wentz, and I'm starting Deshaun and Calvin Johnson. Those are kind of the big ones. Corner, I'm going to start Myron Rule over this Raddington. Usually if it's close, I'm just going to start the real life guy. Stacy is going to start over Taylor Mays, but Mays is only a redshirt freshman, so he has a lot of time. Looking at preseason top 25, we are coming in as the #1 team. We're in 94. Only a few other teams even in 90 overall, so would love to get a natty this year. Would love that. Preseason All-Americans. We got Darren McFadden along with Marshawn Lynch, Mario Manningham, Early Doucette. We have a left tackle as well. Robert Ayers at NC State. Malcolm Jenkins at Georgia. We got Kenny Phillips. Preseason 2. A lot less big names. We do have Darrell Revis as a preseason All-American second teamer. Okay, so that's where we're sitting. Now we're going to get into the recruiting class here. Definitely a very solid recruiting class. Going to go to QB first. First QB is going to be Terrell Pryor. So Pryor, he's going to be a 5-star recruit he's the #1 player in the class. In real life, he ended up at Ohio State. Really good athlete, can run, was a really good college quarterback overall. We're 8th on his board, but we just got Cam Newton last year. So I think I'm not going to really go hard at QBs this year, even though we do have 5 of them. Then we also have right here with Robert Griffin III. So RG3, 5-star recruit. Another really athletic guy. Looking at Texas, SMU, Arizona A&M, and Oklahoma State. Obviously went to Baylor, won a Heisman there, so he's going to be a big time guy, obviously. Then we also have EJ Manuel, first-round pick by the Bills. He played at Florida State, 4-star recruit. Michigan State is his top schools. Then we have Andrew Luck. So Andrew Luck's going to be a 4-star recruit here. He went to Stanford in real life, #1 overall pick in the NFL draft. Looking at Georgia, Clemson, Ohio State, Alabama, and Florida. You know what? I might go after Andrew Luck. Only a 4-star. He'll be the one QB we do go after. And then the last one is going to be right here with Blaine Gabbert, another guy who's a top 10 pick, played at Mizzou, 4-star recruit, looking at Georgia, Bama, Ohio State, Auburn, Clemson. We have a lot of QB talent, so we're just going to go after Luck. Moving on to running backs. We got 2 real-life backs. First one right here with Mark Ingram. Ingram's going to be a 5-star back, looking at Auburn, Georgia, Clemson, NC State, and LSU. So we're 5th on his board. He went to Alabama in real life. We're going to go after him. And then the #1 back in the class is going to be LaMichael James. LaMichael James is from Texas, but went to Oregon. Going to be a 5-star recruit, receiving back archetype here. We are actually 1st on his board. So we're going to go after both Mark Ingram and LaMichael James. We also have this guy, another 5-star back who are 1st, another 5-star back who are 7th. So we're going to go after these 4 5-star backs, at least try to bring 2 of them in. Okay, then we have wide receiver. We have 5 wide receivers in this class, and we need to lock some of these guys down. I want to get at least 2 of these guys. The first one is going to be Julio Jones, 5-star recruit, #4 player in the class. We are 4th on his board. Obviously played at Alabama, NFL Hall of Famer. We are going all in on him. I'm giving him max hours every week. I want Julio Jones very bad. Next up, we have Justin Blackmon. Blackmon played at Oklahoma State, was really good in college, was a 1st-round pick by the Jaguars, I believe. Yeah, excellent in college. He's going to be another 5-star receiver. We are going to go after him as well. We also have this guy from Louisiana, auto-gen player, but 5-star recruit. We're going to go after him. We also have Marvin Jones. Marvin played at Cal, long NFL career, 5-star receiver. We're going to go after him. We're 4th on his board. Then a little bit further down, we have a 4-star recruit with Michael Floyd. Michael Floyd played at Notre Dame, was a 2nd-round pick by the Cardinals, looking at Louisville, Michigan, Purdue, Oklahoma State, Ohio State. And then lastly, we have Kendall Wright. He's going to be a 4-star recruit. He played at Baylor with RG3, 4-star recruit. We're going to come in at 6th on his board, so we're going to add him. So I really want to try to get at least 2 of those receivers. Tight end, we have 2 real-life guys. First one is going to be right here with Travis Kelce, 4-star recruit, looking at Alabama, Ohio State, Penn State. He went to Cincinnati in real life. We're 9th on his board. We'll go after him. And then the other one is going to be Kyle Rudolph, who played at Notre Dame, really long NFL career as well. We've been doing really good at tight end recruiting, so I'm just going to go after Kelce. We already have 11 guys targeted, so we're going to kind of save our ammo. Okay, first up for offensive tackles, we have Tyron Smith, 5-star recruit. We're not on his board, but I am going to go after him. He played at USC. Top 10 pick by the Cowboys, long NFL career, borderline Hall of Famer. Michigan, Penn State, Ohio State, Wisconsin, but we're going to go after him for sure. Next up, we have Barrett Jones. Barrett Jones played at Alabama, got drafted in the NFL as well. 5-star recruit. We're not on his board. We're not going to add him. Then the last one is going to be right here with Matt Khalil, also played at USC, also a top 10 pick by the Panthers, I believe, in the NFL draft. Wasn't great in the NFL, but really good in college. We're 3rd on his board, so we'll add him. Then we have 3 other tackles right there that we're going to add. So we're already at 16 players. Our board is filling up quick, but the rest for O-line, we have all auto gens for guards and centers, so we'll just add this guy. We're 3rd. This guy we're 4th. We'll add both those. Center, we have 1 who are 4th. We'll just add him. So we're going after a lot of O-line. Only have 16 spots for defense right here, so we got to be a little careful. Daquan Bowers right here is our only defensive end. We're not on his board. He was a top pick in real college, went to Clemson, 2nd round pick, I think, in the NFL draft. We'll add him. Have another guy 5th, another guy 3rd. So we're going to go after 3 5-stars there at defensive end. Defensive tackle, we only have 1 again. It is going to be right here with Marcel Darius, absolute freak at Alabama, top 10 pick by the Bills. He's going to be a 5-star recruit. We're 10th on his board. We will add him, and we have 2 other 5-star D tackles. So a bunch of 5-star D linemen we're going to go after. Moving on to outside linebacker, we have 1. It is going to be right here with Courtney Upshaw. Upshaw played at Alabama, kind of a 3-4 outside linebacker, pass rusher type, 4-star recruit. We're 7th on his board. We will add him. And then we have another guy who we're 8th. We'll add him as well. Moving on to middle linebacker, these are all auto gens. So we do have a 4-star right there who we'll add. He's a top 100 player. Then we're going to move to corner. We only have 7 spots left, and we have 3 real-life DBs. The first one is going to be Patrick Peterson right here. 5-star recruit, played at LSU, so I'd love to get Patrick Peterson in the school. 5-star recruit, Georgia, Tennessee, Clemson, Alabama, Ohio State. We are on his list already, though, so we do have a shot at him. And then the other one is going to be Janoris Jenkins. He played at University of Florida, from Florida, 5-star recruit, played in the NFL. Looking at Clemson, Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama, Penn State. We are going to add him. We have another 4-star who are 5th. So we'll add all 3 of those guys. Moving on to safety. We have 1 real-life safety right here with Will Hill. He played at Florida, 5-star recruit. Those are the schools he's after. We're not on his board, but we will add him. We have another safety here who are 4th. We'll go check out strong safety. These are all auto gens. We honestly really don't need safety, so I'm going to go to kicker because we kind of need a kicker. This guy's from Louisiana. We're not on his board somehow. And then we do have a kicker here who we are on his board. So we're going to go after both those kickers, and that is where we are going to be at with recruiting. I'm just going to go through and offer all these guys, do all that, and then we'll get into the season. Okay, before we get into the season, let's just take a quick look at our schedule. So at home versus UCLA, A&M, Bama, Ole Miss. Okay, so maybe we'll watch this UCLA game right at the start of the year because we didn't really watch many games last year, and then we'll kind of see. Maybe we'll watch one more regular season game or we'll wait till the playoff. But we'll watch that UCLA game early. Honestly, not the hardest schedule, it doesn't look like. So hopefully we can get through it and have a good year. Okay, so we're going to go through recruiting really quick and then, offer all the guys, show you kind of where we're sitting, and then we will get into that first game. So we scouted Andrew Luck. We see he's a gem. He's only got 3 offers. We will go hard after him because we know he's a gem. Obviously, Andrew Luck. Starting with Mark Ingram, a lot of offers. A lot of guys going after him. We will go 50 hours. We're the only one to offer LaMichael James, which is weird, but we'll give him 25 hours. He's top 5 player in the class. Straw. Okay, so this guy we scouted, auto-gen guy, but we know he's not a, well, we don't know what he is, but we did scout this guy and we know he's a gem. So we're going to go 25 hours to him and we just won't even really go after the other running back. Julio Jones, only 2 offers, us in Ohio State. So we should be able to just get, we can offer him 75 hours right away. We're doing it. I want Julio Jones. He's my number 1 target in this whole class. Then we scouted Justin Blackman, and unfortunately we know he's not a gem. I'm gonna give him like 10 hours, just maybe staying the running. I don't know. This Riggs guy, maybe 25 hours. Then we have Marvin Jones Jr. or Marvin Jones, where he's only offer. So we're going to go 25 hours. We can't offer too many hours to these skill position guys. Kendall Wright will go 25 hours as well. So I want to get Julio Jones in either of those 2 other wide receivers, and we'll be in a good spot. Travis Kelce, 4 offers. We're in 4th right now. We just got Gronk last year, so if we don't get him, I'm not going to lose my mind. Okay. Tyron Smith scouted. We know he's a gem. O-line, I always try to go really hard after the O-line, so we're going 50 hours to him. Matt Khalil, bunch of offers, scouted. We don't really know where he's at, but we're going to go 50 hours to him as well. Then this right tackle, only 2 offers. We could probably get away with 25 hours for him. This right tackle, we scouted, but we're filling up with hours. We're almost halfway through our hours already, so we got to be careful. Scouted, we know he's a gem, so we'll go 25. Guard, scouted, gem. Oh my goodness. So this is going to be, we have a lot of good offense. Another gem on O-line. My goodness. Center, we're not even going to offer him. We only have 440 hours for defense. Okay, getting into Taquan Bowers, we will offer him 50 hours. You know, big time defensive end. Another 5-star end, auto gem, but looking like a good player. We'll go 25 hours. Another 5-star end, we're his only offer right now. So we'll go, didn't mean to go 10. We'll go 25 for him. 340 hours left. D tackle Marcel Darius, scouted. We know he's not a gem, but I will give him 25 hours. Another 5-star D tackle, we'll go 25 hours. Another 5-star D tackle, we scouted. No, he's not a gem. We're just going to leave him alone. Then we have Courtney Upshaw. He is going to be not a gem. We'll go 50 hours for Upshaw. We do need a little bit of linebacker help. Another 5-star linebacker here, scouted, not a gem. We'll leave him alone. Middle linebacker here, 4-star. We'll go 25 hours. Patrick Peterson, 5-star. We'll go 50 hours for Peterson. We scouted Janoris Jenkins. We know he is a gem, so we'll go 50 hours for him. 4-star corner. Honestly, we'll probably leave him. It's just not it. And then we did Will Hill, scouted. No, he's a gem, so we'll go 50 hours. Another safety here. Honestly, we don't really need safeties. And then we got a kicker and a punter. We'll go 10 hours to each. Usually people don't go crazy on them. So that gives us 45 more hours we can divvy up. We'll give 25 hours to this D tackle, and we'll give 15 hours to this linebacker. And I guess we'll go 5 hours to this corner. So that's where we're sitting with recruiting. We'll look again around week 6, and I'll show you guys where we're sitting. So we're going to sim through week 0, and then we're going to get into this first game versus UCLA. Okay, let's just get into it. So we are 94. They're only an 86. It's at home. This needs to be a absolute W. Under the lights, at home, Death Valley. Oh, no, sorry. We're in Allegiant. So this is a neutral site. Actually, much more of a home game for them. This is Vegas. So more of a home game. Technically, we're the home team, but obviously in real life, there would be a lot more UCLA fans there, I'm assuming, than Tiger fans. So this is going to be Tim Tebow's first ever game as the starting quarterback for LSU. Obviously, that's a big deal. We'll see. We started Pat White last year, who was good, but hopefully, Tebow just gives us kind of that next level play. So we're going to sim through the first quarter and see where we sit. We jump out 7-0. They answer back with a field goal. Now we're driving here, 1st and 10, 22 yards to Finley, 13 yards to Deshaun. Okay, 3rd and 7. So this is going to be our first play watching Tebow. Number 15, lefty quarterback, can move, run, do it all. What do we got for Timmy? Brings a guy in motion, stands tall in the pocket, delivers a... Oh, we need to hold on to that. That's a good throw on third down over the middle. And Lionel Raymond can't hold on to that one. We have to punt, which... Oh, no, we kick a 50-yard field goal. Okay, so I'll take that. 2nd and 12. Here's a big third down. We will check out. So now we get to see our defense here. Darrell Revis, Patrick Willis, lots of guys here as well. Bringing a corner blitz. QB getting out of the pocket. Oh, he's 4th and inches. Do we think... I think they're going to punt. Usually the computer's not very aggressive. I don't think you punt that ball in real life, but maybe you do. This should be Deshaun Jackson back to return. So let's see. Maybe we'll get a big Deshaun Jackson return. Right here. No, just kind of up into the teeth. And there we go. Okay. So yeah, that is Deshaun. So Deshaun's number 2, it looked like. So decent field position here. Let's see if Tebow can put a drive together. 2nd and 5, 3rd and 1. Convert. 2nd and 12, 3rd and 15. So big third down here. Let's see if Tebow's got a little magic. Got McFadden beside him. Deshaun Jackson, Jermichael Finley. Pressure. Okay, so not a good drive there. We go 3 straight losses on 3 straight plays. So 4th and 25, they get a big return. Luckily, 1st and 15, 2nd and 15, they pick up a first down. 2nd and 18, 3rd and 18. So big down here. Even if you hold them under 10 yards, they probably can't even kick a field goal. So big down, nothing more than 7-8 yards here, and we'll be fine. Pressure. Man, this QB can move. We do bring him down, though, short of kind of the yardage he needs. So probably going to have to punt. Yeah, they punt. We get the ball on the 2-yard line. It was an incredible punt, and now we are backed up. This is dangerous. No interceptions, no safeties. McFadden. Oh my gosh, it looked like he could have fallen forward and gotten a first down, but UCLA holds. We're going to have to punt again. So UCLA is hanging around here. 10-3. Oh, we get a pick. Myron Roll picks him off at past midfield. Incomplete. 3rd and 10. We can go get some points here. Tebow, we need you to make a play here. First ever start. You're playing a top 5 team, neutral site. So this isn't the easiest game, but we need a little more from you on offense here, Tebow. Drops back right into a sack. Don't love that. Okay, we punt. Oh, fumble. Wait, what? They have it on our... How did we fumble that far back? I don't even know what happened there. 2nd and 3. Wow, halftime. So they don't get points out of that. That is insane. Okay, we're going to sim to the 4th quarter. 10-3 game, really close. 13-10, 20-10, 27-10. Okay, so all of a sudden there's a bunch going on in that 3rd quarter. Who's got the ball? LSU ball, 4-yard rush, McFadden, loss of yardage. Let's see Tebow again. Oh, no, it's only 2nd 11. I thought it was 3rd and 11, but let's see. 2nd 11. We can kind of put this one to bed if we can go get 7 here. Hands it off to McFadden. Gets maybe a yard. Let's watch this. 3rd down, 3rd and 9. Tim Tebow. We saw that one kind of decent throw on 3rd down that was dropped. We haven't really seen much else of Tebow. When we're watching, they're just going to hand it off to McFadden. Down inside the 30. Probably just going to kick our 3 there. Go up 30-10. Yeah, 30-10. Let's see defense. 4th and 10. We get a stop. Offense. 2nd and 18. 3rd and 16. Can we just see Tebow make a throw live? I want to just see Tebow unleash one here. Pointing out traffic. No, just going to hand it off to McFadden. Just trying to run clock. So staying super conservative. Tebow is a redshirt freshman, so it's not like he, you don't want to get anything crazy. Let him make a bunch of mistakes. Our field goal is blocked. 2nd and 10. Here's a 3rd and 16. So let's see if our defense can make a play. We have a lot of big time defenders. Keith Rivers, Patrick Willis, Myron Roll, Peterson, guys on the D line, McCoy. There we go. Ooh, that's a great job of our defensive back coming up, filling in right there. Oh, they go for it on 4th down, pick it up 1st and goal. Okay, they score, so they're down 13 here, 3 minutes left. Try an onside kick, don't get it. 1st and 10, 2nd and 13. Okay, 3rd and 11. Let's see if we pass. Let Tebow throw the ball here. I just want to see one nice throw from Tebow in this game. Yeah, okay, Tebow. Oh my gosh. Backside pressure, completely unblocked. No shot there for Tebow. He did not see it at all. They start with a 26-yard catch, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10. Oh my God. All of a sudden, they just hit 3 huge pass plays. They're down 6. Onside kick recovered by LSU. Oh no. Okay, I recovered by LSU. I was thinking UCLA got it. Okay, so that's going to do it. That game was closer than it should have been. UCLA kind of has a big, if they get that onside kick, they have a chance to go win it. Our offense only 261 yards. Tebow was okay. McFadden was good. Just not enough offensively, though. Not the easiest first game for Tebow. So let's kind of get later in the year, and I'm sure he'll pick up his play a little bit. Okay, so next week we have an FCS school. Obviously, just need to beat these guys. This should be a good week to get Tebow some stats, put some points on the board. We'll definitely look at the stats, see how they're sitting after this week. So we jump up to 2-0, 34-9. So not quite as explosive as I would have liked, but Tebow, 297, 3 touchdowns, ran for 16 yards. McFadden, 126. Calvin Johnson had a big reception. Deshaun, 336. Did we have any big sacks numbers? No picks either, but not a huge beatdown, but we'll take it. And then we got another bye, and then it's going to be an app. We don't have another bye the rest of the year, so until the season's over. So North Carolina, A&M, UConn, South Carolina, Vandy, Alabama, Ole Miss, Florida, Arkansas, Oklahoma. No breaks. Let's go. This is going to be interesting. Okay, so we get our first recruit. That is going to be Julio Jones in the door. This is the #1 player in the class I wanted. 5-star, 4th player in the class. Absolute freak. Julio in the door. Love it. Okay, next game here. We got 3-0 UNC, top 15 team, but this is at home. They're an 84 overall. I'm not saying we need to beat the brakes off these guys, but we need to beat the brakes off these guys. Well, let's see. We do get Andrew Luck. So we get Julio Jones and Andrew Luck in the door. We also get Matt Khalil, so 4-star offensive tackle, and we get Courtney Upshaw, 4-star outside linebacker. So nice group of guys in the door. And we go through and we do beat North Carolina. So we start 3-0. That is what we like to see. 35-17 W. Tebow, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. McFadden, 119. So McFadden's off to a really good start. Wentz is playing really good as well. So we got another top 15 opponent with A&M right here. So A&M is sitting at a 86 overall. So toughest probably game so far, even though it is at home right now. Okay, let's sim through this A&M game. Start 4-0. Keep the winning ways going. Okay, we get another running back, or we get our first running back in the door with Mark Ingram, 5-star back. We also get Marvin Jones, 5-star receiver. We also get Kendall Wright, 4-star receiver. And we get Travis. This might be our best recruiting class ever. Got Travis Kelce, and we get 5-star safety Will Hill. My goodness, we are cleaning up in recruiting. We do lose to Texas A&M though. So oh my God, we give up 52 points at home. Tebow actually played really well. Couldn't get the run game going. Crabtree played well receiving wise, but oh my God, we got 52 put on our head by A&M. Luckily, we have 3 straight games against, South Carolina might be tough, but UConn and Vandy are mixed in here. Got to go 3-0 over these next 3, 100%. Okay, UConn at home. We've had a lot of home games here. They're an 84. If we lose to UConn at home, we might have to fold the LSU Tigers program. So let's see. Okay, we get big time offensive lineman Tyron Smith. We get another 4-star offensive lineman. We get another 4-star offensive lineman. Another 4-star offensive lineman. We get 5-star defensive end Daquan Bowers. 5-star autogen defensive end. 5-star corner Patrick Peterson. Guys, this legitimately might be my best class of all time. Holy crap. We do beat UConn as well. 44-9. So that's a perfect bounce back game. Tebow, 227. Didn't need to do a ton. McFadden, big day on the ground. But man, this recruiting class. We'll go look at recruiting really quick here. We'll go look at top classes. We better have passed freaking Oregon now. Yeah. We have 8 5-stars and 8 4-stars. Nobody else has more than 1. So we are taking Nick Saban's recruiting and even just taking it up a level. So we got Andrew Luck. We got Mark Ingram. We're still going after, and no one else is really offering LaMichael James. So I'll go another 25 hours to him. Another kind of back here. I mean, we can up him to 25 hours because we have so many now. We got Julio. We got another 4-star receiver going to come in. We got Marvin Jones. We got Kendall Wright, got Travis Kelce. O-line just cleaning up. Another O-lineman we're going to get. This center, we'll offer another 10 hours. I mean, if we don't get him, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. D-line, we have another 5-star defensive end who are in on here. Marcel Darius, we know he's not a gem, but I mean, it'd still be nice to get him in the door. It's actually kind of a fight for him, so we'll see. 5-star D-tackle, fight for him once again, so we'll have to see. I might actually switch him to hard sell here. There you go, and we'll give him 25 hours. Another 5-star D tackle. He's one that's kind of, we know he's not a gem, but hey, we could have freaking 12, 14 5-stars in this class, possibly, depending how the rest of it shakes out. Yeah, and then we have another corner here we're going after, a safety here. We'll go 50, and then we got a couple of kickers. We haven't really been offering them anything, so we'll go 50 hours to both, bring both in the door, and just kind of see where we're at. One's a kicker, one's a punter. So that is where we're sitting with recruiting. Honestly, going to be one of the best classes I've ever had in any of these rebuilds. So yeah, shaping up to be absolutely nasty. Now we got 4-1 South Carolina, 81 overall. So they're not a good team. Somehow they're 4-1. Got to be another W. So another 4-star offensive lineman. This is a crazy O-line class as well. So we go up to 5-1, and now we got Vandy. So South Carolina, so back-to-back much better games here with UConn, South Carolina. 569 of offense. Tebow, 251, 3 scores. Bunch of guys running the ball. McFadden's been having a good year, I feel like. He's got to be one of the leading rushers in college football. So we got Vandy, and then we get into kind of the tough part of our SEC schedule. Bama, Ole Miss, Florida, Arkansas, Oklahoma. Definitely tougher as we get going here. So Vandy's 1-5. We are on the road, but they're an 80 overall. Once again, this just got to be easy dub. Okay, we do get LaMichael James as well, and we get another 5-star running back, another 5-star wide receiver, 5-star defensive end. I think we're at 11 5-stars or 12 5-stars. We do beat Vandy. Hopefully it was another beatdown. 24-17, so definitely a little closer. We were on the road. Tebow did not have a good day. He threw for 57 yards. McFadden, I got to see where McFadden ranks in the country in rushing. Or is he going to be on the Heisman watch even? No. Darius Hayward-Bay is leading the Heisman race. Okay, yeah. So McFadden's second in the country in rushing. I feel like every time we look, he's having a 100-yard game. So, and per game, he's only 2 yards off the guy who's in first. So Burgess has played more games. So McFadden has a chance to lead the country in rushing for sure. Yeah, we have 12 5-stars now. Absolutely bananas class. We're going to watch this game. We're going to go through it pretty quick because usually I don't watch 2 regular season games, but on the road at Alabama, try to go to 6-1. We're going to buzz through this one kind of quick, but we will watch some of it. Okay, so we're going to jump through the first quarter, and 7-0 after 1. Bama's driving, 1st and 5, and they're able to punch it in, tie this one up. Oh, what happened? That must have been a yellow means a flag, I'm guessing. So we're inside the 13, inside the 10, and we punch it in. CJ Spiller, 2nd and 12, 1st and 10, 2nd and 6. Well, man, there's getting some big plays. 1st and goal inside the 5. So we'll watch some of this. Let's see if we can keep it out of the end zone. We're playing decent on offense, it looks like here. A few drives in a row, but here they're just going to get right down to the 1-yard line. So we can't really stop them right now. Let's jump next play. Yeah, so they tie it up. We have a chance now. Ball 2nd and 7, 3rd and 1. Probably just going to be a run, but let's see if we can convert here. Big heavies on the field. McFadden and I form. Tebow under center. Hand that all. McFadden, you cannot juke behind the line of scrimmage, my guy. That is just not something you can do. We punt it. 2nd and 7, 1st and 10, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 7. They don't convert. Okay, our ball, 2nd and 7, 3rd and 7 from the 49-yard line. Let's see Tebow make a frickin' throw. I want to see a dime here for 15 yards down the field on 3rd and 7. Right there, down the seam, even better. Hits DeSean Jackson in stride. That is what we wanted. Boom. DeSean for 49 yards. First time we've seen Tebow really deliver a strike when we're actually watching. Love it. Okay, first, and then they answer back with a 59-yard touchdown. 27 seconds, 3rd and 6. Let's see if Tebow can do something right here. Go take another shot down the field, Tebow. Let's see you unleash something. This is a bit of a shootout here. 21 all. They're bringing a blitz. Hit as he throws. They brought all out pressure there. That's fine though. We'll get into the second half, and now we are going to just sim to the fourth quarter. 21 all, 28-21, 28-24. So super close going into the fourth quarter here. Our ball, 3rd and 5 at midfield. Oh no, sorry. I missed the 3rd down. It's a punt. So we got stopped on 3rd and 5. Punt gets off. Wow, they roughed our punter. Wow, and because it's 4th and 3, that's going to be an automatic first down. Wow, that is huge. Yeah, we're going to accept that. Wow, that is massive. So we get lucky there, and we keep our drive going, but they pick us off next play. Tebow throws a pick. 3rd and 11. This is a big play right here. We got to get off the field with our defense, give our offense the ball back. Still down only, 4 points. Drops back, 4-man rush, pressure, there we go. Big sack for our Tigers front 7. 4th and 25. They get a punt, 2-yard rush, 3rd and 8, punt. They punt. Okay, so we have the ball just short of midfield, 5 minutes left, 3rd and 8. So offense is starting to sputter here. 3rd and 8, Tim Tebow on the road in Baton Rouge. We need you to make a play here, young man. Stands tall in the pocket. He's going up over the drop. He's got a man. Boom! DeSean Jackson in stride once again. We've seen 2 deep bombs to DeSean that have just been backbreakers, both on 3rd down too. Wow, Tim Tebow stands in the pocket and just delivers a freaking strike to DeSean Jackson. Imagine if we still had Ted Ginn this year, but he left early for the draft, but DeSean is having a game. We're back up 3, second, and then they hit a 73-yard touchdown. This game is wild. We go for 16 to Wentz, 1st and 15. Another big pass play to Crabtree, 2nd and 10. Boom, and we hit another deep shot, 47 yards to Crabtree. This game is insane. 2nd and 6, 1st and 10, 2nd and 7, 3rd and 1. They hit a 34-yard touchdown. We're down 4 with a minute left. 2nd and 10, big 15-yard penalty. 2nd, 15, 3rd and 13. 26 seconds left. We need the end zone. Field goal doesn't do nothing. Tebow's been really good today. He's going. Oh, it's a knockdown. Okay, so here's the game. All comes down to this, or we're going to lose in Alabama, give us our 2nd loss of the year. 4th and 13. Do you have some magic, Tim Tebow? You got time. Up over the top. He's going to be. No, picked. You got to put that up over the other shoulder. That is going to do it. Crazy game. Both offenses were just hitting deep bombs everywhere. Unfortunately, we are going to take the L here in Alabama. Tough ass game. Yeah, both QBs were just letting it fly deep for huge shots. Like their one receiver, I think he had like 3. Yeah, Torrance. 9 receptions, 205. Absolutely crazy. DeSean had 3 catches for 115. Tebow, 309. Did throw 2 picks. So that's probably, I mean, one was kind of a Hail Mary. But damn. Okay, so that's our 2nd loss. We really can't lose again this year. Okay, on the road versus Ole Miss. Like I said, we can't really lose. They're in 9. So this is the hardest game of the year right now. I mean, Bama too, but this is a tough game. They're 5 and 3, but they're 90 overall on the road. We do get another 4-star corner, get a punter in the door. Okay, so we beat Ole Miss 7 and 2. We're still a top 5 team, but we just can't lose. You know, we got to keep the wins coming. 20-13 win. Tebow 207, McFadden 90. So yeah, I don't really know where we got our points from there, but okay, we got Florida at home, rivalry game. 84 overall. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know, we got to get this done. All right, and we beat Florida. We're already back up to number 2 in the country, even though we have 2 losses. So we got Arkansas, Oklahoma, 2 top 15 teams, including a top 5 team almost to end the year. So not easy there. Kind of beat the brakes off Florida. Tebow, 225, 199.5 yards per carry for McFadden. So McFadden's probably been our MVP this year. Arkansas at home, 89 overall. So yeah, not an easy game, but we'll see. We do beat them. So oh wow, it's 1 versus 2 now. Oklahoma's 10-1. They're the number 2 team. We're 9-2, the number 1 team in the country. Arkansas, 38-20. Close game yards wise. Chase Daniels, their quarterback. Tebow, 225, 153, 2 scores for McFadden. So he keeps it up. And now, okay, so OU, big time game. We're on the road. So this is not going to be an easy one. Obviously, we definitely could lose this. They're only an 88, but you know, not easy. We're just going to sim through. Let's see. And then hopefully we're in the SEC championship either way, even if we lose. Maybe not though. Oklahoma would definitely be in it. Oh, we lost, but we're still the number 3 team in the country. I don't know if we're going to make the SEC championship. 17-16 on the road. Both teams did not have much going offensively, but they're able to just squeak behind. We actually lose 3 games. Yeah, we finished 4th in the SEC. So we're going to get no bye. We're going to have a round 1 game. I don't know how we lose that many games in a year. Get another kicker in the door. So yeah, we're going to have a crazy recruiting class, but yeah, we're going to be on the road, or maybe not on the road, but we're going to be, you know, we got to win 4 games in the playoffs here. Terrell Conrad wins the Heisman at Georgia Tech. McFadden, best running back, 1,400 yards, 16 TDs. He was a beast. Okay, we got Kansas State. They're the 16 seed. We're the 2 seed right now, still, even at 9-3. So they do love us, you know, the polls and everything. But so we got to go. Oh my gosh, we have an easy first 2 games. We got the 16 and the 12 seeds. So, you know, we actually might have the easier draw than Oklahoma. Like, they got to play the winner of Penn State. They don't have to play that extra game, but, you know, that's going to be a much harder opponent than NC State if we advance. So, yeah, okay. We got to beat Kansas State. We're going to sim through this one, and then we'll see next week. I'd like to be able to sim through all these and just get to Oklahoma, but we'll see. Okay, Kansas State, let's go. Okay, so we do win that last game against Kansas State. We are going to play NC State now, and if we win this, we'll probably play Oklahoma for a rematch. NC State's an 87, so this is actually not like an easy game, but let's just see. We're going to sim this, and then if we win, we're going to watch Oklahoma. So come on, cross our fingers, win this game. We lost to NC State, so that is super unfortunate. Okay, so we lose to NC State 35-27. We're just the best team on paper. We would have played Oklahoma. I don't know how we lose 4 games that year. We're a 95 overall. These sims are just tough, man. I don't play the game, so I just got to try to build the best team I can. Alabama, NC State in the final. Oh, yeah, yeah. So NC State was good, obviously. They made the Natty, but like, we're just the best team on paper by far. We finish as the number 7 seed, which is just annoying. Alabama wins the Natty. Ugh, just annoying. All-Americans. We got McFadden, Peyton Hillis at South Carolina, Robert Ayers. So we only got 1 first team. Second team, Colt McCoy at Kansas State, Malcolm Jenkins at Georgia. Freshman, we got Tim Tebow, Gerald McCoy, Brandon Spikes. I mean, we are super young. I will say that. We are only going to get better. Our recruiting classes are just getting insane, but we got to start getting it done when it matters most, you know? Okay, let's see players leaving. This is always massive. Keith Rivers, Kenny Phillips. Okay, so they're all like guaranteed to come back for the most part. Very high for Wentz. Decided to stay. And Kenny. Okay, so we don't lose anyone extra. We lose no one. We lose a corner, a center. Our team next year, on paper, is going to be absolutely cracked. If we don't at least make another natty next year, I'm gonna lose my shit. So like, it just needs to happen. Gonna go add some more guys in the transfer portal, maybe 3 guys, just some depth pieces. There's not really positions we need. We didn't lose anyone extra. We're already 12 5-stars coming in, so we'll see what else, especially if there's any real guys. Let's see. So Brian Cushing, middle linebacker, for sure. We'll go after you. We got the #1 guy as well. We'll go after him. James Laurinaitis. Basically, I'm just looking to see if there's any like those apostrophe guys, and that's why I do it. It just makes it way easier when you're looking through these big lists to see who the real life guys are. So Cushing. Actually, we could really use Cushing, I think. Because I think middle linebacker, I don't know if we've gotten a great one lately. Looks like we're going to get Cushing for sure. The other 2 guys are a little bit more up in the air. But we'll just see there. Okay, we're going to go to National Signing Day. Okay, so we only got Cushing in, but that's fine. So we're going to end up with 25 guys, 12 5-stars, 4 4-stars, and then 2 3-stars, which are both just a kicker and punter. Oregon ended up with no 5-stars, 34 4-stars. That is crazy. But look at our points, 278 to 243, next highest. We absolutely just blow everyone out of the water. Okay, let's go look at where all the real life guys went. Obviously, a lot of them came to our school, but we'll take a look. QBs, Georgia gets Terrell Pryor. That's actually a huge pickup for them. Apparently, EJ Manuel is going nowhere. Nobody actually even offered him a scholarship, which is insane. RG3 is going to SMU. We got Andrew Luck, and then Tennessee gets Blaine Gabbert. So that's all of them. Running back, we got both. We got LaMichael James, and we got Mark Ingram. Wide receiver, we cleaned up here as well. We got Julio. Vautech gets Justin Blackman. We get Marvin Jones. Wisconsin gets Michael Floyd. And then we get Kendall Wright. Tight end, we got Travis Kelce. Syracuse gets Kyle Rudolph. Offensive line, we get Tyron Smith. Clemson gets Barrett Jones, and then we get Matt Khalil. Defensive end, we got Daquan Bowers. We got 3 of the top 4 defensive ends in the class. We didn't get any of the D tackles, unfortunately. I was at going after. We finished second in all of them. But Marcel Darius goes to University of Miami. We get Courtney Upshaw. Then we also get Patrick Peterson. Miami gets Janoris Jenkins, and then we get Will Hill right here. So we cleaned up with the real life guys for sure. We'll quickly just look if there's any position changes we want to make. Yeah, nothing too major at position changes here. We have a absolute log jam at safety. But yeah, okay, we're in a good spot. So I'm just going to get through the rest of the off season, and we're just going to get into the last season of this episode. All right, guys, getting into the 3rd season of this episode, 6th season overall. This is by far the best team we have had on paper. By far. It is not even close. We need to get it done this year. So we have Pat White and Tim Tebow as our 2 quarterbacks. I am going to start Tim Tebow. We did bring in Andrew Luck this year as well. We got Darren McFadden as our starting running back, 94 overall. CJ Spiller, AP, Mark Ingram, LaMichael James. Wide receivers, we have Wentz with Crabtree and Deshaun Jackson as our top 3. Then we got 3 young guys just in that last class with Julio, Kendall Wright, and Marvin Jones. Tight end, Westerman, Finley, Gronkowski as our big guys. Left tackle, Pratt with Monroe. Yolito at guard. Center, Toppins, one of the Pouncey twins, young guy coming along. Other Pouncey twin coming along with Duarte as a sophomore. Looks like a stud. Right tackle, we got Tyron Smith, Brian Bulaga. Left end, Dunlap. Derek Harvey at right end as a senior. We brought in Daquan Bowers, who looks like he's going to be really good. Kai Williams, Gerald McCoy, and Glenn Dorsey are our top 3 D tackles. We also got Marvin Austin. Keith Rivers and Brandon Spikes at linebacker, along with Brian Cushing, who we just brought in as a transfer. And then Patrick Willis with Courtney Upshaw as a backup there. Cornerback, we got Darrell Revis and Myron Roll as our top 2 backs. Patrick Peterson coming in as a freshman. Taylor Mays, Harrison Smith, Earl Thomas at safety. Kenny Phillips, Eric Berry at strong safety. So we are absolutely loaded. There is literally no reason why this team can't compete for a natty, win a natty this year 100%. Okay, looking at some preseason stuff, so we'll quickly look at preseason All-Americans. We got one of our receivers with Wentz, our center with Toppins, Kai Williams at D-tackle, Darrell Revis, and Eric Berry, all as first-team All-Americans in the preseason, along with Derek McFadden, Michael Crabtree, Pratt, Derek Harvey, Keith Rivers, Kenny Phillips. Also, Ndamukong Suh for USC is a second-team All-American preseason as well. So we are just littering the All-Americans there with our guys all over the place. If we look at preseason top 25, we're coming in as a 95 overall. Penn State's a 90, 89 for Oregon, 89 for Arkansas, 90 for Texas, 90 for Ohio State. We are the best team in the country, bar none. This needs to be if we don't at least make the Natty this year, I will be very, very disappointed. Okay, let's get into the recruiting class for this year. So we have 2 quarterbacks, not the best quarterback class, but it'll be decent. We have AJ McCarron, played at Alabama, 2nd-round pick or 3rd-round pick in the NFL draft, I believe, but 4-star recruit, looking at Florida, UCF as his top schools. Then the other one is going to be Derek Carr. Derek Carr is going to be a 4-star recruit. He played at Fresno State. Here he's looking at Ohio State, Michigan, Georgia, us, and Oregon. I'm going to let him probably go wherever. We do have the #1 QB in the whole class. He's a 5-star, top 5 player in the class. It's us and Alabama as top 2, so I'll go after him. Moving on to running backs, we got 2 backs in this class. First one is going to be right here with Trent Richardson. He played at Alabama, power back, one of the better college running backs we've seen in a long time. Won a Heisman. Did he win the Heisman? I can't remember. He might not actually won the Heisman, but top 5 pick by the Browns in the NFL draft. 5-star recruit here. He's looking at Tennessee, South Carolina, Georgia. We did get 2 backs in that class. I don't think I'm going to go after him. And then the other one is going to be right here with Eddie Lacy, 4-star back, played at Alabama as well. Georgia, Georgia Tech, UNC is his top schools. We'll go maybe after this Trey Biggers. Running back just really isn't a position of need once again. Looking at wide receivers, we got 3 wide receivers in this class. First one is going to be Alshon Jeffrey. Jeffrey's a 5-star recruit. He played at South Carolina in real life. Here he's looking at Ohio State, Bama, Florida State, Penn State, and Georgia. He is a deal breaker with us, so we can't even go after him. But we can go after Josh Gordon. We are first on his board. He played at Baylor with RG3, had one of the best, NFL one-hit wonder seasons with the Browns. We had like 1,600 yards one year. 4-star recruit. We're first on his board. Definitely going to go after him. Oh, and then the other one is going to be the #1 wide receiver in the class. We also have a deal breaker with him, and that's going to be Tavon Austin. 5-star recruit, 11th player in the country. Ohio State, Penn State, Clemson are his top schools. We do have a few guys from Texas we could add, and we have another receiver from Florida. So only going after one real-life guy, but a good group overall. We have no real-life tight ends in this class, and I've just been killing it with the tight ends. We'll go after these 2, but it's not really a position of need. Now, moving on to offensive tackles, we do have 3 offensive tackles. The first one is going to be Zach Martin. Unfortunately, deal breaker for him. He's a 5-star, 6th player in the class looking at Ohio State, Penn State, Clemson. He played at Notre Dame in real life. But we do have right here with Taylor Lewan. Lewan played at Michigan. Here he's going to be a 5-star tackle, 18th player in the class. We'll definitely go after him. And we're second on his board, so we should have a good shot. Then the other real life guy is going to be right here with DJ Fluker. He played at Alabama. Powerful, huge guy. He's like 6'6" or 6'5", 350 pounds. We are going to be 6th on his board, so we will add him up. And we have some other 4 or 5-star guys that we can add. We'll add for all of them. Now we'll move on to guards. We got 2 real-life guards. First one is going to be right here with Chance Warmack. Warmack played at Alabama as well. 4-star recruit. We are not on his board, but we'll go after him. The other one is going to be right here with Gabe Jackson. He played at Mississippi State. Big, powerful offensive lineman again. Not on his board, but we'll go after him. And then we'll go after this 4-star and this 4-star here. So good group O-line. All auto-gen centers, but we'll go after the #1 center. We'll go after those 2 kind of top centers that have shown some interest in us. Then we're moving on to defensive end. The #1 D-end for us in this class is going to be Khalil Mack, 5-star recruit, #3 player in the class. Unfortunately, we have a deal breaker with him. I would have loved to go after him. We can't. And then we have one other one right here with Olivier Vernon, who played at University of Miami, played with the Browns in the NFL. We will go after him. And then we have another D-end here and another D-end there. That's the group we'll go after. Then we're moving on to defensive tackle. Definitely would like the pair of these guys. First, we have Fletcher Cox, played at Mississippi State, forever in the NFL, 5-star recruit, 14th player in the class. Those are his top 5 schools. We'll definitely go after him, even though we're not on his list. And the other one is going to be right here with Sheldon Richardson, played at Mizzou. Unfortunately, we have a deal breaker with him as well, so we can't go after him. He's going to Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan, Notre Dame, Cincinnati, kind of those Northeast schools. Do have another 5-star D tackle there we'll go after, and a few more there that will round it out a little bit. This is a really good group of linebackers here. First one is going to be Jarvis Jones. He played at USC and then transferred to Georgia. 2nd round pick, I believe, in the NFL draft. He's going to be a 5-star recruit. We're 5th on his board. We'll go after him. The other one is going to be right here with Bobby Wagner. So 5-star recruit. He went to Utah State in real life. 2nd round pick by the Seahawks. Ended up being a Hall of Fame level linebacker. So we're going to go after him. We're 3rd on his board. Big 5-star. As far as the rest of, we have another 2. We'll go after all 4. Maybe we'll go after 3. The top 3 there with one more auto gen. Then moving on to middle linebacker, we got Luke Kuechly. If we get Bobby Wagner and Luke Kuechly, this would be insane. We're 2nd on his board, 5-star recruit, played at Boston College. It's Penn State, us, Nebraska, Alabama, Oregon. 100% going hard after him. And the other one is going to be Manti Te'o from Hawaii, played at Notre Dame, almost won the Heisman as a linebacker. 2nd round pick by the Chargers. We're 5th on his board. We'll go after him as well, and that's going to leave us 5 spots for defensive backs. Moving on to corners, we have 3 corners in this class. The first one is going to be right here with Mo Claiborne, who actually played at LSU, was a 1st round top 10 pick by Dallas at corner, 5-star recruit. We're 8th on his board. We'll go after him. Then we have right here with Stephon Gilmore. Gilmore played at South Carolina, ended up winning a Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL. Long NFL career, really good. 4-star recruit. We'll go after him as well. Last one is going to be right here with Dre Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick played at Alabama. Big physical corner, like 6'2", 6'3". Got drafted by Cincinnati in the NFL draft. 4-star recruit looking at LSU, Bama, Louisiana Tech, Auburn, and Florida. So we'll add him as well. That's going to leave us 2 spots for safeties. These are going to be all auto gem players here. So we have 1 5-star who we're 10th. We'll go after him there. And then strong safety. We got a couple of 5-stars. We're 6th on both, so we'll just go with the higher ranked one. So there's all 35 of our guys. I'm just going to offer all these guys and we'll get going. Okay, let's take a look at our schedule before we get into the year. So we start at Syracuse, at UMass. I'm going to make one of those a home game. We'll go this one at home. So we'll go on the road Syracuse, even though it's neutral site. Michigan, FCS, then Texas, Georgia. Okay, Texas, Georgia is obviously really tough to start. Middle, and then the rest of our SEC schedule honestly is not horrible. None of them are even ranked right now, so I'll take that schedule. Honestly, I will take that. Okay, let's just go through this recruiting here to start. So starting off, this is that auto gen quarterback, big 5-star recruit though. Might as well bring him in. We'll see what happens. So we'll go 50 for him. I don't usually do that for auto gens necessarily, but we'll do it. Another kind of auto gen here with the running back, Biggers. We'll go just 25 for him. Okay, then moving on to Josh Gordon. And unfortunately, we scouted him. We know he's not a gem, but I'm still going to go 50 hours after him. Then the rest of these guys are auto gens at receiver. We'll just go 25 for all these guys. I feel like this class, there's not as many guys where I'm like, ooh, I really need this guy, especially on offense. There's some guys on defense we're going to kind of be saving our points for. So I'm going to be a little bit more minimalistic on offense here. Just kind of go 25s. We do really want Taylor Lewan. He could be a bookend for us, so we'll go 50 for Lewan. Same with our guy, DJ Fluker. We'll go 50. Auto gen tackle, we'll go 25. Auto gen tackle, we'll go 25. Oh, unfortunately, we got locked out by Warmack. Then we scouted Gabe Jackson, not a gem. We're going to leave him alone. Got another guy here, though. We'll go 25. Another guard here. Scouted, not a gem. We're going to leave him. Scouted this center. We know he is a gem, so we'll go 25 for him. Another center. We're going to go like 10 hours on that guy, and then we're going to save the rest for defense here. So Moving on to defense. Oh no, we got locked out of Olivier Vernon too, unfortunately. He's a guy I was really going to go after. So this D-end, auto gem, but we'll go 50 hours. This D-end, 4-star, we'll go 50 hours. D-tackle, Fletcher Cox. This is like maybe the guy I want the most in the class. So we're going to go 60 hours to him right away. Another D-tackle here, 5-star. We'll go 50 hours. Okay, now I got to be a little more careful. Here, D-tackle, we'll go 25. Another D-tackle, we'll go 10 with him. Then we're getting into linebackers. Okay, so we scouted Jarvis Jones. We know he is a gem. We're going to go 50 hours. Bobby Wagner, not a gem. We're still going to go 50 hours. Another guy here, auto gen outside linebacker, will go 25. Luke Kuechly, another guy. I really want Kuechly. We're going 50 hours for him. Manti Te'o, we're going to have to go 25. We're kind of running low on hours now. Then we get into our corners. Mo Claiborne, we'll go 50 hours to Mo. Stephon Gilmore, we'll go 25. Okay, I gotta steal some hours up here. Okay, I got us a bit more hours, so we can go 25 to Dre Kirkpatrick, and then this one safety will go 25, and the other safety will go 5 hours. Okay, so that's what recruiting is looking like right now. We'll look at that again later in the year. Okay, sim through the first bye week here. Now we start on the road at Syracuse, but it's really a neutral site at the Mercedes Superdome. They are sitting at 88 overall, so this is not an easy game. Syracuse could be a tough team. We're going to sim through this week, see where we sit. I don't want to lose this year. I want to go undefeated. Let's see. We start out 1-0. Okay. How did we play? 44-10. A beatdown. That is what I want to see. Pat White. Tebow was supposed to be starting. I don't know why Pat's in. So my depth chart got a little messed up there, but Pat White came in, got it done. We'll say Tebow was injured for game 1. Pat White actually, he played okay. McFadden, nice day. Crabtree, nice day. So we start out with a big win. Now we got UMass. They are at home. They're 17th in the country. They're an 81 overall, though. This has got to be another beatdown. Okay, so let's advance UMass. Start out 2-0. That's the goal. 2-0. And now we got Michigan. So how do we do against UMass? 49-14. So we are off to a killer start. Tebow comes in, 207.3 scores. McFadden over 100 again. Crabtree 65. Darrell Revis, no picks, but hey, we get it done. 2-0, back-to-back, basically blowouts. So really good start for us in year number 6 here. Michigan 86 overall. Good team. Not an easy first 3 games for us, but let's see if we can get through it 3-0. So Michigan 86 overall. Home game. We want to start 3-0 before we get into the SEC, so let's see. Okay, so we get our first commit right here with Josh Gordon, 4-star wide receiver in the door. And we do beat Michigan 3-0. Let's see if we blew them out. We start with 3 blowouts. Not a blowout, but win by 9. Decent victory. Tebow, 287, 3 scores. McFadden under 100. Wentz was our big receiver that game. So now we got FCS. Obviously, this should be a big blowout. Okay, FCS, another blowout on the way, hopefully. Start out 4-0. Going to be a great start to the year. All comfortable wins. We do get that 5-star QB in the door as well, so another guy. And we get big right tackle, offensive tackle DJ Fluker. We get a 5-star auto gen end. And we get Dre Kirkpatrick in the door. So, no, I don't think this class is going to be as good as last year. We did lose. This is Patrick Peterson we just lost. I don't think this class is going to be as good as last year. Last year's class was just crazy, but it is going to be tough. Going to be a good class for sure. So we did beat FCS, obviously. 34-14, so actually not quite as big of a win as I would have liked. But Tebow, 255, 3 scores. McFadden, 146. Crabtree, 108. Cushing led us in tackles. Not a lot of sacks or picks, but that's fine. So we have Texas, Georgia. This is probably the toughest 2-game stretch. I mean, it is. It's the toughest 2-game stretch of the year. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to sim this Texas game and then watch at Georgia. next week. All right, we're going to sim through this Texas week. Start 5-0 before our toughest game of the year against Georgia. Okay, we get another 4-star wide receiver in. We get 5-star offensive tackle Taylor Lewan. That's a nice pickup. 4-star defensive end autogen player. 5-star autogen D tackle. 5-star outside linebacker Bobby Wagner in the door as well. So a nice group of guys there. And we did beat Texas. So we're number 1 in the country. Georgia's number 6. We beat Texas 34-6. So really nice game there. Tebow 246, 3 scores. McFadden 77, Tebow 80. Gronk had 80 yards. Cushing led us in tackles again. Revis and Myron Roll each had picks. Gerald McCoy 2 sacks on the inside. Okay, so we're going to hop into this one. LSU versus Georgia. So winner of this is going to have a stranglehold on the SEC. This is our best team on paper. I'm going to say it all year. We got to win this one. I want to go undefeated into Georgia. This is going to be a very hostile environment. Like I said, whoever wins this is going to really have control of the SEC. So this is a humongous game. We're at 95, they're at 91. We're going to sim through the first quarter here. We jump out to a 3-0 lead, 6-0 lead. So a couple of field goals here early in the first quarter. And then they answer back with a 44-yard touchdown to start the second quarter. And we get sacked, and it is 3rd and 16 here all of a sudden. So we kind of had a nice 6-point lead, and then all of a sudden we're behind the chains, down 1. Unless we convert, they're going to get the ball back. Tebow down the seam. Wow, great catch by Crabtree. Holds on. That is a wicked throw by Tebow to get that ball down the seam. 26 yards on 3rd and 16. Absolute rocket. 2nd and 10. 1st and 10 off the penalty. 1st and 10 in the 15. And then we score. Okay, I was going to watch out on 3rd down. Jermichael Finley for 12-yard touchdown. We're back up 6. They're on 3rd and 9 here. We got 4 down linemen. Nickel back. Let's see. Over the middle. Oh, nice conversion on 3rd and 9. 2nd and 8. 3rd and 8. So we get him back to 3rd down, but now we got to get off the field. Getting someone to do 3rd down's not enough. You got to make them, force a punt, force them to get off. Okay, handoff, hurdle. I think we just got him short. Oh, man. I feel like they're going to punt this. In real life, you'd go for it, but they do punt, and it is an awful 25-yard punt. My goodness. 1-yard rush, 3rd and 4. We convert. 2nd and 16, 3rd and 20. What is going on? We're getting sacked way behind the sticks. Let's see if Tebow has another big 3rd down conversion in his left arm here. He killed it on the first one we watched. A little smoke screen. Yeah, no, there's nothing there. We were playing it super conservative. On 3rd and 20. Yeah, we're going to have to punt here. They're going to get good field position at about midfield. 3rd and 4. They convert. 1st and goal from the 3. 2nd and goal, and they score. Okay, so we're down 1 with a minute left, and we get sacked again. Their pressure on us, we're just getting behind the sticks on every drive. Another huge, long 3rd down. 3rd and 14. Down 1, 46 seconds left. We're just going to hand this ball off. McFadden gives us a little more room, and yeah, we're going to be down at least 1 going into the half, it looks like. We have a really nice punt there, luckily. 2nd and 10. Okay, so that's going to put us at the half. We are going to sim through the 3rd quarter and see where we sit. So 14, 13, 17. Okay, 2017. Okay, so we have a decent 3rd quarter. We're now up 3, but they have the ball. 3rd and 6 on our 8. So unless we force a turnover, it's going to be at very least tied here. Drops back. Pressure. Oh my God, that popped up. Picked off. Go, go, go. That could have been a pick 6. No, I think that was Earl Thomas. It was, but it looked like he had room to run there. But that's a great job by our front 4. Pressure on the QB. Force him to pop that ball up into the air. I thought Earl could have returned that. 3rd and 4, we convert. 2nd and 20. 3rd and 20. Man, why are we getting so far behind the sticks on every play, on every drive? That is not how you're going to win a national championship. Tebow, and he goes down with the sack. 4th and 25. Their front 4 has been giving our O-line hell. Another 57-yard punt, though, which is huge. 3rd and 7 from your own 27. Starting to get into crunch time now. Up 3, 6:09 left. We need another big stop on 3rd down. Motion a guy out of the backfield. 4-man rush. Give the speed. Okay, we can corral him at least. Got beat off the line. Tried to press. And yeah, he just goes up over the top. 2nd and 2, 1st and goal from the 2. They punch it in. Okay, we're down 4 with 5 minutes left. Start out with a 17-yard run. 2nd and 6, 1st and 10, 2nd and 6, 3rd and 4 from the 29. Probably 4-down territory here. Field goal doesn't really do much for you, so at least we're not in 3rd and freaking 20 like we have been all game. Crabtree coming down, motion. They're bringing a blitz. 9 sacks. They have 9 freaking sacks. What is going on? And we're gonna punt. 9 sacks is insane. We have a sick O-line. I didn't even mean to watch the punt. We're punting from the 35-yard line. That's insane. Oh my gosh, man. You better down them at like the 1-yard line. The 13. That's not that good, all things considered. Okay, we need a stop. 2nd and 5, 1st and 10. Yeah, this one's over. 2nd and 11, 3rd and 12. Yeah, they can just take a knee. Wow. 9 sacks. I'm flabbergasted by that number. We were just in 3rd and 20, 3rd and long every single drive because we could not block their front 4. That is nuts. Okay, so we are not going to go undefeated. 5-1. Obviously, we can still win the SEC. We can still finish, you know, get a top 4 seed with buys, but that does suck. Okay, so get another 4-star center. We're able to get Jarvis Jones, 5-star outside linebacker. We're also able to get Manti Te'o. So nice group of guys in the door again. Okay, we can just look at recruiting here. So we've got most of our class locked up. We have still a receiver we're going after. 2 tight ends here. Even if we just get one of these guys, we'll be in a good spot. Just kind of a depth piece. Still have a guard up in the air. We look like we're going to lock him down. Another guard right here who I'm going after. Just more of a filler type player, but that's all good. We got the big center we were after. Still waiting on big D tackle Fletcher Cox, but it looks like we're going to get him this week. Didn't get the other D tackles we were after, unfortunately. Linebacker, this is going to be a sick linebacker class. We still have Luke Kuechly. Probably going to get him this week. We'll go another 15 hours for him. We have another 5-star backer. It's going to be close down to the wire here, so we'll add another 15 hours to him. And this is going to turn out to be an absolutely insane linebacker class for us. We didn't get Patrick Peterson. Looks like we should be able to get Stephon Gilmore. We'll see. We might not, but it looks like we will. Did get Dre Kirkpatrick, and then we got another 5-star safety. Actually doesn't look like we're going to get him. It looks like Alabama's going to beat us for him. It's not a super position of need, but we're going to go hard sell here, and then we're going to go 25 hours and see if we can get back in on it. As far as top classes, it's us in Oregon almost every year. We're killing it with 5 stars. They always get a lot of 4 stars. We're going to probably have the #1 class again, but like I said, it's not going to be quite as good of a class as last year. Definitely really good on defense, though, which we kind of needed. Okay, bye week. Okay, we get big D tackle Fletcher Cox. We get that 5-star linebacker, and we get Luke Kuechly, and we get Stephon Gilmore. So yeah, this was definitely more of a defensive class, which obviously I'm totally okay with. Should really help our depth as we go along. We got Mizzou now. We're going to start ripping through these games pretty quick. Okay, we get another 4-star receiver, 4-star tight end, 4-star tight end. Some more good depth pieces on offense. Okay, so Mizzou, we end up winning back to #3 in the country. 38-28 win. Then we got ranked Tennessee and then 4 unranked SEC opponents right now. 508 on offense. Tebow 331, 3 scores. McFadden over 100. Crabtree over 100. Cushing. There we go. Okay, so nice, some decent stats on defense as well. Okay, Tennessee on the road. Obviously, Tennessee is always a tough place to play, but they're only an 84. Don't lose any dumb ones here. Okay, 4-star right tackle as well. So, good overall class once again. We do win, jump up to 7-1, number 2 in the country. 38-33, so a close game on the road. Hey, we'll take it. You don't have to win pretty every game. Now, Mississippi State on the road. They're an 82. So, guys, if we lose one of these dumb ones, I'm just going to be super pissed. To advance, and we win 8-1. Keep the winning ways going. 49-43. So defense didn't really show up. Offense did. 262, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks for Tebow, though. 218, 3 scores for McFadden. Crabtree, nice day. Cushing, 10 tackles. Who had our picks? Kenny, Earl, and Darrell Revis all had picks. So, Kentucky, who's 2-7, then Auburn, A&M to end the year is our toughest game remaining. Okay, Kentucky, 2-7, home game as well. They're an 80 overall. We went up to a 96. Sometimes these sims, man, like this should be a 50-point blowout. Like in real life, this would just be an absolute ass kicking. We do win. Hopefully it was a nice, comfortable win. 49-19. That's more like it. That's what should have happened. 4 touchdowns for Tebow. McFadden 122. Jackson and Jordan go for over 100. Roll some TFLs, some sacks. Cushing at a pick. Okay, Auburn at home, 88 overall. So they're actually a good team. Like, this is a game you could lose. Let's see, though. 6-4, so we could put them at 6-5 on the year, and they still have Bama to go in the Iron Bowl. There we go. We win. So we got A&M last game of the year right now. Georgia's unranked after they beat us. They're 6-5. My goodness. So 24-17. They actually out-yardaged us by quite a bit. Tebow didn't do much. McFadden had a decent day. Where do we sit in the SEC? We're second. Who's in first? So Bama's 9-2. We're both 6-1 in the conference. Tennessee has 2 losses, but we beat Tennessee head to head. So even if we lose this A&M game, I think we're going to be fine. We should be in the SEC championship no matter what. And then if we win that, we'll have a top 4 seed and a bye. So let's see here. A&M. Okay, yeah, we're in the SEC. We're back up to number 1 in the country. So we beat A&M. We got Alabama in the SEC championship. Bye in the playoff on the line. Bama might not make the playoff if they don't beat us as well. A&M, we beat 35-31. Okay, we're going to just hop in. I want to watch some of the playoff games as well. So we're going to just kind of sim to the 4th quarter here. If it's close, we'll watch some of it. So SEC championship, Alabama, LSU, one of the best rivalries in college football. Let's just get ripping through this. So 0-0 to start. 7-0 Bama. We tied up 7-7. 14-7. They tie it right back up 14-all. 21-14. 28-14. 35-14 going into the 4th quarter here almost. Their ball. 4th and 16. 2nd and 12. 3rd and 8. So we have a big lead here. 3rd and 3. They're driving. Okay, so they cut it down to a 15-point game. Okay, we got a 3rd and 6 we'll watch here. Can put this one on ice if we can make something happen. 35-20. Little motion down, pressure. Tebow escapes. Oh, you actually had guys open on that side too. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 7. They don't come. Oh, they go for it on 4th down though. 3rd and 1, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 1st and 10. They fumble and we recover. Oh my goodness. 3rd and 14, and we hit an 81-yard touchdown to Michael Crabtree, and that's gonna do it. That will end it. We're up 22, and wow, they fumble. They could have been down 1 score if they don't fumble there. Instead, they fumble, and we go right down and hit a freaking huge bomb to Crabtree to end this one. Tebow wins us the SEC. We have 1 loss, 395, 4 touchdowns. Absolutely killer of a game. SEC champs, 1 loss. We are going to be the number 1 seed going into the playoff. Michael Crabtree, 5 receptions, 194, 2 scores in the SEC championship game. Okay, let's look at the bracket here. So we're actually the 2 seed. Washington finished undefeated. So we're going to have The winner of Oklahoma, Arkansas. Oh my gosh. And then we have a hard draw. Oklahoma, Arkansas, and then the winner of Miami, Oregon, and Tennessee. That does not seem super easy, but hey, we got to buy. So really, we only have to play 2 of those teams. So it's not that bad, but not really any gimmies there. That's for sure. Darren McFadden, back-to-back best running backs in the country award. So he was an absolute stud for us for 2 years. Deshaun Jackson, best returner. Okay, we got Arkansas. We got the Razorbacks. I'm going to risk it one more time and sim through this game. And then we're going to watch the next 2. So win. Just beat Arkansas. Oh, I don't want to view job offers. I'm staying at LSU. All the overalls go... Oh, yeah, we're still in 94 in the playoff. All the overalls go down a little bit, and they're in 84. You can't lose this. Tebow has a good day, so... Let's go look at Arkansas's team. How do we not win playoff games? Look at my team. 94s, 92s, 90s, all the way down. I bet you they have 2 90s on their team. Okay, it's a little better than I thought, but not even close to us. They're in 87. We're in 95. I'm just flabbergasted. This was our year. We lose by 1. We out-yardaged them. They have Chase Daniel at quarterback. Their quarterback got hurt. Their starting quarterback got hurt. We lost to a 77 overall. Tebow doesn't even turn the ball over. Got sacked 1 time. Couldn't really get the run game going. Gronk and Crabtree both had good days. Didn't get any turnovers. We still haven't won a natty. Obviously, it's hard, guys. Like, I have no control. I can just build the team the best I can and hope they perform on the field. But my gosh, those are some tough ones to lose. We finish as the number 3 seed. We're in 94 overall. Washington wins the national championship undefeated with an 84. I don't know, man. What else can I do? Larry Fagan at Miami wins the Heisman. Only 4 picks on the year. McFadden gets running back of the year. Stephen Crabtree goes over 1,000. Gronk, first year as a starting tight end, has a nice year. Cushing led us in tackles, comes in as a transferred. McCoy, Kai, and the inside each have 7 sacks around. Revis has 6 picks on the outside. Okay, so the last few years, we have not lost anyone in the offseason. I don't think that's the case this year. I do think we're going to be losing some guys. Doesn't mean we're even going to be worse next year necessarily, but we are going to be losing some guys. Yeah, so Deshaun Jackson leaving early. Kai looks like he's going to leave early. He does. Myron Roll looks like he's going to leave early. Does. Okay, Crabtree stays. That's big. McFadden does not stay. Keenan stays. And Hay stays. So who are we losing? We're losing Yolito, a guard. We're losing Deshaun Jackson, Myron Roll, Darren McFadden, Keith Rivers, Wentz, Revis, Harvey, Toppin, Pratt. Oh my gosh, guys. We needed to win last year. And obviously, we've been getting really good recruiting classes. It's not like we're going anywhere. It's just we had such a good, complete team last year. Hadn't really lost anybody in 2 years. We were just ready to go. So we have the number 1 tight end, but we don't really need tight ends. Corner, running back, receiver we don't really need. I don't know. I feel like there's not really positions we need a ton even though we did just lose a lot of guys. Corner maybe. Do we see any real life guys either? Not really any real life guys. We'll go after these 2 just for some more depth. Okay, we're going to go to National Signing Day. We got one of those transfers in, so we do stay ahead of Oregon for the top class. 23 recruits, 10 5-star, 4 4-stars, 1 3-star. Let's look at all the real life guys, see where they ended up, the ones who didn't come to us. So QBs, Georgia gets Derek Carr, and they got Terrell Pryor last year. So back-to-back good QBs. Florida State is going to lock down AJ McCarron. Running backs, South Carolina gets Trent Richardson, so they get a really good back there. Eddie Lacy is going to go to Auburn. Wide receivers, Alshon Jeffrey goes to Penn State. Tavon Austin goes to Penn State, so they get 2 freaks, and then we get Josh Gordon. Tight ends, all auto gens. O-line, Alabama gets Zach Martin, and then we get the other 2 tackles with Taylor Lewan and then DJ Fluker. Guards. Number 1 guard, Chance Warmack goes to Clemson. Virginia Tech gets Gabe Jackson. Moving to defensive end, North Carolina gets Khalil Mack. And then Tennessee gets Olivier Vernon. Then we get Fletcher Cox. Notre Dame picks up Sheldon Richardson. And then linebackers, this is where it gets kind of crazy, is kind of the back 7. So we get Jarvis Jones, we get Bobby Wagner, plus we get this Otto Jen Dobbs guy. So we got the 3 top outside linebackers, plus we get Luke Kuechly, plus we get Manti Te'o. Then you move to corner, we don't get Mo Claiborne. He ends up at Oregon, but we do get Stephon Gilmore and we do get Drake Kirkpatrick. So that is where everyone is going to end up. We'll quickly look at position changes. I'll go to the start of next year and we'll just take a quick look at the roster, what the roster is looking like, so you guys can kind of get a preview for next video, what we're kind of working with. Nothing really major here, I don't think, for position changes. Maybe corner, actually. I think we're going to move Earl Thomas to corner. Yeah, we have so many safeties. We lose Darrelle Revis and Myron Rolle last year, so it's probably going to be Patrick Peterson and Earl Thomas, hopefully, as our starting corners. All this is before guys improve, so they haven't improved yet between this year and next year, but we'll take a quick look at that in a sec. Okay, so we're at the start of the 6th season of this rebuild, or 7th. This will be the first season we do in the next video. We're still going to be a really good team. I haven't changed all our guys' names of our new recruits yet, but we got Tim Tebow, a 95 overall, Cam Newton, Andrew Luck, CJ Spiller, Mark Ingram, Michael James, Crabtree, and maybe we'll play some Julio, but it's going to be Crabtree with some auto-gen guys. Tight end Dobbs and Gronkowski. I'll probably start Gronk over Dobbs still, though. Eugene Monroe, 95 left guard there. Dozier with Pouncey, Durute with other Pouncey, Tyron Smith. So our O-line should be really good. D-end, Hay looks like a stud. Keenan's a stud. We got good young guys. McCoy and Austin on the inside. Brandon Spikes. Edmund here. Ellington and Upshaw. So outside linebacker maybe can move someone over. Onyemata, Earl Thomas, and Patrick Peterson are going to be our 3 corners. Taylor Mays and Harrison Smith at free safety. Kenny Phillips and Eric Berry at strong safety. So that is what the roster is looking like, guys. I don't know how we still haven't won an Natty. I don't know how we didn't win it last year. That was our best team. Definitely last year's team was a little better on paper than this year, but still going to be good. Still 95 overall. Have a really good shot. So that's where we're going to end this video. Be on the lookout. Next video will be dropping relatively soon, probably about a week and a half from now, and then we're just going to keep going. I have some other cool stuff planned. So that is it, guys. King Reggie out.